Patriots! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to day 40 of Iran Revolution Live with your amazing host, the wonderful Armin Navabi.
And your amazing host, Goldie Gamari. But I'm about to leave because we started late and my discussion group is right now. So
I know,
sorry.
I'm so sorry. So Armin, like today has been a crazy busy day for me. And then I actually had a podcast interview from
Okay.
12 to 1. Sorry. No. From 1 to 2 is when I had it. And then I have another one that's starting at 5. So I'll let you go to the discussion group.
All
But
right.
if you
So
could
I'm just gonna yep.
put the links up for the discussion groups. But if you
Yeah.
could please come back maybe like 15, 20 minutes early so that I can go to my next interview at 5 o'clock.
Of course.
Thank you
I
so
got
much.
you. I
Thank
got
you.
you. No
Appreciate
worries.
that.
I'll yeah. And also when you're getting close, if you want to message me to make sure that I leave, like message me on WhatsApp and I'll make sure to leave early and come back right here.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Really,
All
really
right.
appreciate that.
Of
So,
course. And yeah. So guys, I'm just gonna put the link in the chat. I'm gonna go to the discussion group. And I'll be before Goldie has to go for her interview, I'll be back. Okay. So see you guys soon. Bye guys.
bye. So, guys, totally my fault for this because like I can't I actually wanted to start the live stream earlier, okay? Like I wanted to start the live stream earlier and then just, leave and do my thing and then come back, right? Because I could have like done the pre-show, but then I realized I can't actually do that on the same laptop. So I think I have an old laptop somewhere. So I should probably get that laptop and bring it out so that if something like this happens again, I could like start the live stream on my other laptop and just have that running with like the intro and stuff. And then I can do my interviews on my main laptop. And then when the main laptop is done, you know what I mean? Because it's been hectic and today has been super busy for me, guys. Like it's so much going on. I'm not complaining though. I'm really grateful for it, right? So like I'm literally doing media every single day. I can't even keep up with all the requests, but this is great. Like I'm actually really grateful for this. It is a good problem to have. But I will try to figure out the technical side of things so that when if there's overlap, at least the live stream can still be running, because I know many of you guys were concerned. I apologize. I know I did put a post on YouTube, but I know many of you don't check the YouTube post, guys. Even my mom called me at around 12:30 when I was getting ready for my interview at 1. She's like, are you okay? Are you safe? What's going on? The live stream hasn't started yet. So I apologize. I will try to figure it out. But again, guys, as you know, it's literally just me, my laptop, my camera, and a ring light. But I will work on that. I promise. Honestly, like I haven't even checked the news. I haven't even checked the news today to see what's going on. Like that's how busy my day has been. But again, good busy, right? Good busy. Um, let's see here. What do we have? And Armin's supposed to give us all like the military updates, but I don't see any of that here. Um oh. Wait, what was you know what? I approve. I approve of that drinking game. I approve of that drinking game. If that's what you guys want to do, go for it. Go for it, because I know it's like a nervous tick, a nervous habit I have. I just like shove my hair to the side. So, what are you guys doing shots of? Drinking game? There you go. Shots of what? Yeah, yeah. So I was watching 2C. I did tune into 2C, so I did see that. So but I mean that's what the regime does, right? Like that's what the regime does. they're pros at hostage taking. They're pros at hostage taking. So I'm not surprised that the Islamic regime is doing this, because they're probably seeing this as a way to, try and um, extend their power. Oh my gosh, there's like a cover of Bapish. Oh, guys. Okay. Let me play this first. So US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, we have seen the Iranian leadership wiring. Oh, wait, let me share my screen first. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. US Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, we have seen the Iranian leadership wiring money out of the country like crazy. The rats are leaving the ship. This is a good sign that they know the end may be near. Okay, let's listen to this.
Our fencing, we have seen the Iranian leadership wiring money out of the country like crazy. So the rats are leaving the ship, and that is a good sign that they know the end may be near.
Yeah, so this is interesting for two reasons, right? The first reason is that of course he's confirming that that the end is near, right? So the end is near, but guys, there's an underlying message here, right? The underlying message here is that the United States is aware that the Islamic regime is wiring money, and so they probably know where. No, this is right now. This is OSINT just posted this from like an hour ago. I mean, yeah, this was today. He spoke about the economy a few weeks ago. Like, he spoke about the Islamic regime wiring money out a few weeks ago. But this is today. But guys, like, this is important for two reasons, right? The first reason is that of course, he's confirming that the end of the Islamic regime is near. But guys, yeah, if you read between the lines, what he's basically saying is that the United States knows not only that the Islamic regime is wiring money, but they probably know where that money is going, right? So he's basically saying to the Islamic regime, we're onto you, we're watching you, we see what you're doing, we know you're moving funds, and, probably, I'm assuming, they know where the funds are going.
Our fencing, we have seen the Iranian leadership wiring money out of the country like crazy. So the rats are leaving the ship, and that is a good sign that they know the end may be near. Our fencing.
Interesting. Okay, this is a cover of Bapish. It literally just popped up on my it just popped up on my YouTube. But what's interesting about this? Like, what's interesting about this is that so this is a cover from an Iranian singer named Mansour. Okay, so we all know Mansour, we love Mansour. But the name of the song is not actually Bapish, okay? Like the name of this song is not Bapish. The name of the song is Engelab, okay? So we Iranians, we know the name of this song as Engelab, right? So I find it really interesting that Mansour is calling the song Bapish. I don't know, maybe it's like a remix or something, right? So maybe it's a remix, maybe it's like a new song and he's just like taking elements of Bapish and putting it in there. But I love that. Like, I love the fact that Mansour named the song Bapish, right? As opposed to like I don't know, guys. We have a new Bapish song. Okay, let's listen. Let's do a live listen together. Live reaction. No, I don't know if I've influenced them. Probably not. Guys, like, listen, all Iranians know Engelab. Like, all Iranians know the song. We all know Feridun Farrokhzad. But it's just kind of cool. This was uploaded yesterday. I'm not going to take credit for it, but I just find it cool. All right. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Not as good as the original. Like I don't think like any version will ever be as good as the original. But I've listened to a lot of covers. I've listened to a lot of variations. This one probably the best cover, right? Oh yeah, Mansoor is amazing, guys. We love Mansoor. We love Mansoor. Mansoor is one of our favorite artists. Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's 100% a tribute. I agree. Like it's beautiful. It like honestly, I really enjoyed this. I thought this was beautiful. I like how they used, he used imagery from the current Iranian revolution. But like the original, right? The original is it's a classic, right? So we all love the original. I don't think anything will ever be able to replace the original, but this was very close. Like I actually really enjoyed this version. This version is probably like my favorite remix or cover or tribute to Bapish. So yeah, like out of all of the remixes and covers and tributes, this one 100% my favorite one. So, and guys, Mansoor is an OG. Like we love Mansoor. Mansoor has always supported the Iranian people, right? So like Mansoor is great. Mansoor is fantastic. We love Mansoor. Everyone put an M in the chat for Mansoor. He's probably not watching, but just in case. Mansoor, if you're here, we love you. Okay. He's great. Mansoor is great. He sings a lot of like traditional songs too, like traditional my favorite Mansoor song is Faqat be khatir to, of course. I think every Iranian loves the song Faqat be khatir to. Oh yeah. Oh, Mansoor, I'm telling you, Mansoor's an OG. Mansoor, he supports King Reza Pahlavi. He supports the Iranian people. Mansoor's the real deal. Yeah, he's one of the, OG Iranian celebrities. What, you want me to play Faqat be khatir to? Guys, it doesn't have English lyrics though. So, I mean, I could play the song for you, but you wouldn't understand what the song is about. Because like there's no like English. I mean, I can see if I can find. No, there's no like English. I'm not gonna translate like a 4-minute Iranian song for you. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't believe I'm doing this. Guys, I'll probably be copyright striked. Okay, I will play this one song. I will play this one song by Mansoor as an appreciation to Mansoor for his tribute to Bapish, because Mansoor is the OG. Oh my gosh. My sister is messaging me. She's like, "Don't play Mansoor songs. Don't do it." I don't know. Should I listen to my sister? نمیخوای فقط به خاطر تو رو برات You know what? Okay. All right. I'll play this one time. One time. No, she's like, "Don't play Mansoor songs." All right, guys. I can't play Parande because I get copyright striked. Parande is in Okay. You know what? I'll play the songs later. I'll play the Mansoor songs later, because like his songs are like, they're cheerful, they're about love, right? It's not really the topic of like, I mean, yeah, you can look it up yourselves, guys. So here, why don't I'll put the link. I'll put the link to his song here. Oh, wait. I mean, I'll put the link to his song here in the chat so you guys can, go and find it yourselves, right? There you go. I'll put it in both chats for you guys. There you go. Now you can go and you can find Mansour's songs, and you can find more songs by him. But okay. Oh, look at this. Okay. We have a new Douglas Murray interview. Guys, we are big Douglas Murray fans, right? So here, okay, let's watch this. I'm always interested in what Douglas Murray has to say, and I always have so much time for him. Okay.
About Iran, there is an uprising against the Islamist regime. There has been for weeks.
Oh, that's Rita. I didn't even realize. I love Rita. So Rita is also Iranian, and she's fantastic. Rita is an amazing journalist as well. This is gonna be a fantastic interview because it's gonna be Rita and Douglas.
They've ruled the country since the Islamic Revolution in 1979. Thousands have been slaughtered in this latest uprising. You wrote in the New York Post that for decades, the regime in Iran has acted with near impunity, not just at home, but also abroad, where they are the chief sponsors of terror. But the response from the international community for too long, Douglas, has been weak and confused. Do you see that changing under the Trump administration?
Well, it's very interesting, first of all, to segue from what we were just talking about, Rita. I don't need to tell you. I mean, one of the extraordinary things about this is that apparently tens of thousands, it seems, of Iranian protesters, including students, have been massacred by the revolutionary Islamic government in Iran. And all the celebrity airheads, of course, pretty much have just nothing to say about it. And I think there's a reason for that, which is that it's not involving America, the West, or Jews. And if any of those groups were involved, of course, then we would hear a lot more outcry. It seems a lot of people are rather confused by the idea that someone like the Ayatollah Khomeini and his terrorist government do things under their own steam, have their own views, and act on their disgusting ideology, including by massacring the Iranian people. I think this confuses a lot of people, particularly in America, in the celebrity class. They're presumably also confused because they want to do whatever Donald Trump doesn't. They want to do whatever he doesn't do and don't do whatever he does do. I actually think, as I said in the New York Post piece, I think that one of the things you can say about Donald Trump in general is that he does tend to do what he says he's going to do. Now, he said that if the regime continued with the massacres, the public executions, and much more, the Iranian revolutionary government would feel the might of the American military, certainly American air power. And he has, of course, moved a fleet of American war vessels to the region. And we'll see in the coming days whether he actually follows through on his threat. It seems that the regime is continuing the massacres. They're doing so with, of course, the added benefit that tyrants always have, which is that they can turn off the internet, turn off the electricity, and try to make sure that the world cannot see what they're doing to the Iranian people. I hope that doesn't work. I hope that that trick of dictators around the world doesn't succeed on this occasion. The world does actually pay attention to this. But it is very striking. You know, the New York Times and other papers of record have just not even bothered to put this story on the front page in weeks. And that speaks to a more general apathy about this. You know, I think this is this silence of so many people in the face of the massacre of the brave protesters in Iran is something that people will look back on with some shame, I think.
Yes, they're on the wrong side of history there, undoubtedly. Now, we saw in Davos, President Trump introduced the concept of the Board of Peace. It was not popular with a number of countries, including France and Britain. But do you see any merit in a board of peace, and would it coexist with the UN, or ultimately could it replace the UN?
The big problem, which you know, Rita, with the UN is that its so-called peacekeeping forces routinely fail to keep the peace. We saw that, of course, in the former Yugoslavia, particularly with the Dutch military who stood aside as the Srebrenica massacre, genocide happened, and we've seen it more recently in the utter failure of the UN peacekeeping force in the south of Lebanon to stop Hezbollah activity. So I certainly wouldn't trust the UN to oversee security in the post-war Gaza period. I think there are several things that are interesting about the Board of Peace. One is that President Trump has made himself the chairman, or has been asked to be the chairman, and that shows that he's going to be committed to the success of post-war Gaza, and that itself, I think, is a good sign. Secondly, there is concern among many people at the fact that, you know, Vladimir Putin's been invited to join the Qataris, who, of course, are another state sponsor of terrorism in the region, and extremism, have been asked to join. But the third thing is that it is very striking that a genuine international coalition is in the process of being put together. Now, what that looks like is still unclear. There is going to have to be very, very specific oversight to stop a security oversight to stop Hamas regrouping and being able to continue their persecution and murder of Palestinians in Gaza who stand up to them. And that's going to be probably the hardest bit of the whole puzzle to solve. But there are other countries, that, including the Emiratis and others, who I think will be able to help out in a meaningful way in the rebuilding process. And I think to get a regional coalition like this is a considerable diplomatic success. But of course, it's going to rely on what happens in the months and years ahead. I'm all for any new thinking on this, because the status quo has been so appalling. And the UN status quo was basically that, you know, Hamas would end up rearming, you rebuild Gaza, the same thing happens again in a few years' time. And that's just not, I think that shouldn't be acceptable to anyone. So any new thinking on it, I think, is to be welcomed.
I've been wanting to ask you about this shocking story from the Netherlands, where an idealistic project to house refugees and students together in a custom-built block became a nightmare of sexual assault and violence. The scheme placed 125 students alongside 125 refugees, with residents encouraged to form buddy partnerships to help migrants adjust to Dutch society. However, testimonies from former residents shared in an investigative documentary describe repeated sexual assaults, stalking and violent confrontations. And Douglas, this nightmare endured for years because everyone seemed to be so desperate for this pioneering project to work. And immediately for me, brought back the grooming gang scandal in the UK. Supposedly well-intentioned people turning a blind eye to just some horrific behaviour.
Yeah, I mean, this is reminiscent of that, and sadly of many other such cases, Rita. I mean, it reminds me of cases I wrote about in The Strange Death of Europe 10 years ago now, where, for instance, I mean, there was a case I mentioned where an aid worker who worked with refugees and encouraged open borders was herself raped by some so-called refugees, migrants, and was encouraged by her colleagues not to report it and indeed to cover it up so that the narrative held. And this story from the Netherlands is very similar to that. And I think it speaks to a really big problem in our time. You have to ask the question, how many, for instance, sexual assaults do you want to cover up in order to protect the narrative that you're pushing on the people? See, I would have thought the answer is none. I think that would be the obvious one. If you stick a bunch of students beside a large number of recently arrived males from other cultures who will not share the Dutch attitudes towards sex and much more, you are going to have problems. I would have thought that the moment that the first assault happened, you scrapped the experiment. But isn't it interesting, Rita, that in all of these cases, there seems to be this belief that the foundational, I wouldn't say myth, but the foundational belief of the society has to be held to, even if a massive number of lives are ruined along the way. And I don't think that should be the deal. I think we should be able to pivot. We should be able to reverse mistakes. We should be able to alter the course we're on if the course we're on isn't working. But we'll see, you know, maybe the Dutch authorities, like many of the British authorities and others in recent years, will decide that there is some permissible amount of rape that you can have in your societies in order to continue the shibboleths of our time. I think it's lamentable that, and then you mentioned history earlier. I really think that when people look back at things like this, look back at the way in which in 21st century Europe we regarded people and victims of victims of sexual violence as being just sort of easily counted up as just collateral to the prevailing ideology. I think we'll look back on that with not just bewilderment but serious judgment.
Yes, let's hope so. Let's hope there's some lessons learned, because in the UK, it doesn't appear to be the case. Douglas Murray, thank you so much for your time tonight.
It's a great pleasure as always.
Guys, I have some interesting videos here from President Trump. Look at this. So, guys, remember I told you what the negotiations are about, and I said the negotiations are not to legitimize the Islamic regime. The negotiations are basically, you know, kind of negotiating like a term of surrender or something, right? Look at this. So President Trump, this is from today. President Trump says they're negotiating because they don't want to be hit. Ha ha. They don't want us to hit them. Guys, do you see what I mean?
Just ask Venezuela. Ask Iran. They're negotiating now. They don't want us to hit them. You know, we have a big fleet going over to Iran, but so Raisin was there at the bottom of the plane. Just
right? Like President Trump's making it very clear. Like the negotiations are basically terms of surrender, okay? Oh, there's a new tweet, a new post from King Reza Pahlavi. Okay, we'll go to that. Let me just share the other one really quickly as well. The other President Trump video here. Wait, where is it? This one. So he says, if you don't have strength, peace is very hard. And we have strength. In 1 year, I've ended 8 raging wars.
Peacemakers are very important. But you can only have peace, I find, through strength. If you don't have strength, peace is very hard.
It's true.
And we have strength. In 1 year, I've ended 8 raging wars, such as Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Armenia and Azerbaijan. Peacemakers are very important.
There you go. So there's that. Okay, let's go to the new post by His Royal Highness. Let's see what this is all about. Okay. Oh, interesting. So King Reza Pahlavi puts out, the only acceptable deal is one in which the Islamic Republic surrenders to the people of Iran. We are ready for such a deal, and it will bring peace to the region and the world. 100%. There you go. This is what I mean, guys, when I say that, you know, deals aren't necessarily about keeping someone in power or legitimizing them. A deal could also be negotiating terms of surrender. So this is very interesting. President Trump says earlier today that the Islamic regime is basically negotiating trying not to be hit, right? Like the Islamic regime is scared. And so the only acceptable deal is one of surrender, right? So there you go. That's and then he of course posted it in Persian as well. Interesting. Oh, this is sad. Look at this. So this is in Iran. This is another funeral. There's so many funerals, guys. So many. It's hard to keep up with everything. Mourners hold up the final Instagram post of murdered protester Mehrzad Nazari, which reads, "If anything happens and I don't come online anymore, know that I didn't lose easily. Don't read prayers of Quran at my grave, just music and celebration." Wow. So what they're chanting there, they're saying "In gole par par shode, hediye be mihan shode," which means this blossom has wilted and has, this bloom, like this flower has wilted and it has become a gift to the homeland. So guys, like when I tell you that Islam is dead in Iran, I'm not exaggerating. Like I'm not making this up. It's not like, my personal opinion, right? You even have these young Iranians, right? These young Iranians are saying, if anything happens and I don't come online, don't read prayers of Quran, right? Like don't go to Islam, don't read the Quran, just, music and celebration. And that's what his family and friends are doing, right? Yeah. So sad. Oh geez, this is like new footage. I don't think I can show that. Oh geez, yeah. So I'll just pause here. So what this is you see just, some, innocent, some innocent people walking by. And then these, Islamic regime Muslim Nazi just shoot at them. Just shoots them, right? Just three young people walking by, and these Islamic regime Muslim Nazis decide to, they indiscriminately shoot at everyone. Yeah. I can't watch the full thing. There's no way I can watch the full thing. Oh,
we could talk about Iran.
this is interesting. All right, let's watch this. So Iran's internet blackout is unprecedented. I mean, yeah, I know that 100%. Jeez. All right, let's watch this. Because one of the Iranian OSINT accounts posted this. So is that who this person is? I don't know. Someone named Linus Tech. So an Iranian OSINT account that I follow posted this. All right, let's watch this. Oh, is he? Okay, well, I just followed him. All right. Let's watch this.
We could talk about Iran's internet blackout. This is brutal, man. It's now been 22 days since the Iranian authorities have imposed a near total communications blackout in response to anti-government protests, during which as many as 30,000 protesters are thought to have been killed. Fixed line internet, mobile data, and internet voice calls have all been cut off, with domestic communications and Starlink communications also seriously disrupted. Some connectivity is now slowly being restored, but the Iranian government is reportedly utilizing deep packet inspection and a whitelisting system to impose what an anonymous Iranian cybersecurity professional has called digital isolation. International internet access won't be reopened until at least March, but it will never return to its previous form, according to an Iranian government spokesperson. This new approach is also expected to have a major impact on the effectiveness of VPNs and Tor connections. So this is seriously
that's not good.
A problem and a trend that, as technologically driven control tools get more and more sophisticated and better understood, is only going to increase in certain parts of the world. Hopefully not all of them, and as few as possible. So just wanted to flag this for you guys. This is a real problem. Our stance is that this is terabad. Was there anything to add, Mr. Luke?
I don't think so. Starlink is an interesting one because I'm not sure necessarily how they are like jamming it or stopping it. I don't know if they've requested that it doesn't, because I know that that is a thing that you can do.
Not sure.
Not necessarily that they would comply. I'm not saying that, but I know that you could ask for that. In places like China, with the Great Firewall, VPN usage is like a extremely open secret. Like everybody kind of knows.
I have a feeling Iran might not go quite the same route with that.
This is what I'm kind of thinking. I also don't know exactly how this is happening. Like, would it even be possible? Are they even connected at all?
Far Now asks, I wonder if the global internet is dying, if there will only be regional nets. That's exactly what this means. Like, RuNet's a thing. China's own firewalled internet ecosystem is a thing. Yeah. The tools exist, and it's big business providing these tools to authoritarian regimes. It's happening. It's coming.
Yeah.
Magic Cheeseburger says Mulvad VPN apparently has several anti-censorship methods to obfuscate VPN traffic. I wonder if they can get around this packet inspection. I hope so. I hope that the VPN companies win the arms race here, but
obviously this is.
I feel like when it gets to whitelisting, I think there's only so much you can do.
Bro,
what's up?
Is it TeamSpeak?
Well, I do appreciate them. I definitely do appreciate them speaking about this and raising awareness. So thank you for that. Thank you for covering the digital, guys, this is nice. I appreciate this. I appreciate, everyone using their platforms to speak out and raise awareness. So, thank you. Thank you, Linus. He's Canadian. I said American by mistake. He's Canadian. So thank you. Let's see. Okay. What? I don't know what that is. Oh, Mark's an OG. Look at this. So Mark Levin writes, to be clear, it would be catastrophic if our generation failed spectacularly our children and grandchildren by passing on to them the enormous responsibility and burden of defending themselves from a mass murdering regime in Iran. Let us not delude ourselves or even praise ourselves, as Britain's Neville Chamberlain did when he declared peace in our time after negotiating with Adolf Hitler, that a paper peace agreement will somehow constrain, let alone eradicate, the insatiable and evil ambitions of a maniacal death cult hell-bent on terrorizing us and using nuclear weapons against us. We all know what must be done, right, guys? I feel like, guys, Mark Levin is very close to President Trump. Oh, I can't show the morgue footage. Oh my gosh. All right, here's like a new, jeez. The Islamic regime is now putting out like, videos where they're basically trying to threaten the United States military with these jokes. So like, again, this is how insane, like, guys, it's literally like a Muslim Nazi dictatorship, right? Who is this person that's just like commenting? Are you in my chat or are you in Armin's chat? You're just like complaining about everything. Who are you? Like, you just sound like a very angry person. Like, you just sound like a very angry. No, you're not in my chat. I probably banned you from my chat. That's why you're not in my chat. All right. Anyways, okay. So let's watch this crazy video that the Islamic regime put out, where they're basically trying to threaten the United States. Let's watch the original version first, and then I'll provide the Goldie edition afterwards. I'll provide the circus music after. Oh yeah, of course. So of course, guys, they're preaching. See, this is where we need Armin, because the video literally starts and they're preaching the Quran. I don't know what they're saying, something in Arabic, like literally. It's literally like Allahu Akbar, like jihad nonsense. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna be one of those videos where like I have to translate for you guys? Oh my gosh. All right. Give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I didn't realize this video was going to be one of those potential like Muslim Nazi jihadi videos that I have to translate. So I needed to go get some bubbly. So this Islamic regime state TV interpretation is brought to you by orange flavored bubbly, even though bubbly is not sponsoring me. Here we go. Okay. Whew, the video literally starts with them like chanting in Arabic. So I don't know what that was. That was like la billah, illa billah, something, something. Literally, he's saying like illa billah. Illa billah. I don't know, like something Muhammad, Allahu Akbar, jihad, right? Honestly, like, this is what I mean when I say it's like an Islamic occupation. The guy's speaking Arabic. We're Iranian. I speak Persian, right? I speak Persian. Why are these like weird Muslim Nazis chanting in Arabic? Okay, now that was in Persian, but I can't even, like, their Persian is so bad I can't even understand what he's saying. Like Zaman is something. He's like, the time for something is over. I don't know. Maybe the time for their existence. I have no idea. And then there's like a giant pencil here. Giant pencil. So he's talking about amaliyat shelik in mushak, which is like the plans for, like, you know, shooting this missile, which I think the missile is called Khaybar or Haydar or something, right? I don't know, man. Like, too much jihad in this video. Khaybar. The missile is named Khaybar. Oh, and then he's saying like he's like chanting to Zahra. Remember from like Jihadi Pilates when the old man was like Ya Zahra, and then I was like Zahra, she's not like an imam, she's a woman, right? So Zahra is either like the wife or the concubine or the bastard daughter of one of the, I don't know, Muslim imams. So now this guy is like, you know, chanting to Zahra. I don't know, maybe this missile is going to go into Zahra. I have no idea.
Ya Fatima Zahra.
Yeah, Ya Fatima something Zahra, right? Like he's like praying to like the bastard daughter of like one of the imams. Oh, I know this part. So he's counting down. Now he's like dah. So dah is 10, okay?
Ya Fatima Zahra. شمارش معکوس 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1
This is supposed to scare the American military. This is supposed to scare the American military. No. That's not counting in Durka. That's counting in Persian. They were counting in Persian. Persian is not Durka. Our language predates Islam. Our language predates Islam. The Durka part is when he's chanting like Arabic phrases from like the Quran. That's the Durka part. Don't mix in our language with the Durka. Our language is beautiful. Is this, guys, did they take like, this is the same missile and they probably put like, I don't know, 20 cameras at different parts to get like different angles. Is that what they did here? Like, what is this? Like, honestly, guys, look at this. It's literally like this is like jihadi influencer stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's like this spot, they put like 20 different cameras, right? So cringe. Oh my god. It's like the one missile, but like 20 different angles. What is it? Guys, this is supposed to scare the American military, right? Okay, another angle. Oh my god, another angle. Okay, this is ridiculous now. This is literally like how many I was exaggerating when I said, you know, they have like 20 cameras, but I think they actually might have like how many angles do you need to show like your weird pencil missile while you're yelling Allahu Akbar? Oh my god, another one. What is this? Oh my god, another one! How many angles are there? Jeez. How many angles was that? Like 10? Like, what is this? Is this supposed to scare us? Like, what is this? Loud noises. Like, I don't understand what this is. So the missile's going through the air and there's like, you know, steam or fuel or whatever. Oh my gosh, is this another angle? What is this now? Oh my gosh, it's another angle of the exact same thing. Guys, this is so embarrassing. You know, but guys, you know who this impresses, right? Like this is very impressive to like the third world savages, and I don't know, like all like the random countries that are like Aloha Akbar, you know, whatever. Like so, like all these like random like you know inbred savages who see this video, they're just like Yo Ali, Aloha Akbar, right? So like this is only impressing like like right around on the floor. Like what is this? Like this is like what is that? That's it? خاک تو سرتون. اصلا موشکاتونم عوضیان. Oh wait. Let me go back. Let me translate this for you guys. So سرعت آماده سازی بالا. So this is like speed. Something about speed. Speed for like the I don't know, speed going up or whatever. I don't know. What's the velocity? Maybe this is referring to velocity. I don't know. I don't know, man. سازه ارتفاع something. با وقته? What does that say? همیهنان این چی نوشته؟ سازه ارتفاع با وقته? I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, so apparently this واقعا خاک بر سرشون. Honestly واقعا خاک بر سرشون که اینجوری آبروی ما رو دارن میبرن. خوشبختانه اقلا مردم میدونن که ایرانی با اینا فرق میکنه. Right? ارتفاع یافته. I don't know, man. سازه ارتفاع یافته. Okay, so this is something about distance. Yeah, something about distance. سازه ارتفاع. ارتفاع is like distance or something. So, yeah, apparently guys, when the B2s come in, this is what's going to stop the B2s. Yeah. Oh wait, they paused. I don't know, man. I can't even read this, but something about the fire. I don't know, man. Yeah, irtifa is altitude. Yeah, okay, you're right. Thank you guys. Oh, thank you to the Iranians here. Oh my gosh, you're so right. This is literally the Acme. Like guys, this reminds me of like Looney Tunes, right? Like Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner. Like this is literally the Acme missile system. That's 100% what it is. And I don't know, man. Now they're like bragging about the thruster. You know what? My sister's an aerospace engineer. Godpar, what do you know about this rocket? Can you tell us how dangerous this rocket is? Godpar. We need your guys. My sister she's literally an aerospace engineer. She knows all these things, right? Godpar, what's your professional opinion on this like weird jihadi Muslim Nazi rocket from Acme? No, Acme, you know, like from Looney Tunes, guys, from like the Bugs Bunny cartoons, everything was like bought from Acme. Like apparently this is like the most advanced missile they have. Like it's so ridiculous. Oh, now they paused it. Wait, what does that say? سرجنگی فوق سنگین رادار گریز. I don't know, man. Sorry, guys. We need Armin to translate. We'll get Armin to translate this. Okay. موشک راهبردی برد بلند و نقطه زن خرمشهر 4 خیبر. So this is like this. I think this is like the name. So this is like the name of the missile. So it's like this is, yeah, Khorramshahr 4. Yeah. So guys, apparently apparently the Islamic regime is showing off its most like the most advanced missile it has, which is called the Khorramshahr 4. And apparently this missile is what's going to destroy the infidels, right? So infidels, that's the American army, right? So guys, be very, very careful. Be afraid, because the Khorramshahr 4 is coming after you guys. Not Khorramshahr 1, not Khorramshahr 2, not Khorramshahr 3. Nope, the Khorramshahr 4th edition, sold by Acme or Timu, I don't know. Is going to counter the B-2 bombers. Yeah. And this is what's going to destroy the United States military. So guys, be very, very scared. Like this is serious business. This is probably why President Trump is actually negotiating, because he's terrified of these, missiles. That was sarcasm, by the way, if anyone didn't catch that. سرعت بالای اصابت به هدف مقاوم در برابر جنگال نقطه زنی با هدایت فازمیانی. Wait, I'm getting a voice message. Give me a moment, guys. I have a voice message. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. So I got the translation from my mom. No, that was my mom. My mom is explaining. So I was right. So the name of the missile is so this is the Khorramshahr 4 missile, which is apparently the most advanced one. Apparently this is a missile that can go very far. Apparently this is a missile that's very, very direct in terms of hitting. And they've named the missile Khaybar. And of course, my mom wanted to remind you guys that Khaybar is in reference to, the slaughter of Jews during the Battle of Khaybar. So again, right, like the Muslim Nazis, like it's literally like Muslim Nazis doing Muslim Nazi things, right? So this is apparently the most advanced missile they have, and they're going to destroy the American military with this. So there you go. Okay. So I gave you the explanation. I'm gonna add my own music because I feel like my music on this will probably sound much better. You know what I mean? So let's do like the Goldie edit. doesn't end. It doesn't end. It doesn't end. What is it? No, wait. This is only one missile. No. Great. Okay, some people are saying it's a little bit too slow. I need to speed up the video. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can speed it up on X here. I probably can. Playback speed. Okay, the only playback speed on X is about 2 times the speed. So I'll probably have to guys, what I'll do is I will download the video. Here, let me see if I can download the video. Yeah, I can download it. All right. I'll download it and then I will edit it and I'll upload like a sped up version, okay? Just let me just add it to my list of things to do here. I'm sharp for. Okay. Sorry, guys. All right, so there you go. There's that. Just absolutely ridiculous. Like such an embarrassment. Like honestly, so embarrassing. There we go. All right. So, oh, we don't. Oh, Newt's insane. Like Newt Gingrich. Of course, Newt Gingrich is like posting like MEK propaganda. Screw him. Oh, who's this person? Sylvan Adams. Okay, that's nice. He made a nice video. Oh, guys. Ooh. Ooh, guys. So the Iranian accounts are starting to call out the lefties, right? So Joker Nijad, actually, guys, so you know the MEK video that I share with you guys? The MEK video was actually made by this account, Joker Nijat. So this account and a lot of other accounts do a very good job of keeping track of Iranians who are speaking out against the Iranian people and are, somehow in their own way keeping the Islamic regime alive. Nazanin Bunyadi is one of them. So Iranians, I guess they're just like, they're done with the nonsense. And so they're starting to call people out. So Joker Najat here says, the performance of Nazanin Bunyadi in recent years has shown that she unfortunately lacks basic political awareness and knowledge. Someone who doesn't even know that before publishing something, one should think about its consequences. She is continuously striking blows to the Iranian people's revolution on the global stage. I hope she stays away from politics. I mean, I agree. It's pretty nonsense what she's saying. This is King Reza Pahlavi's comms account, where he's saying, my bond with the Iranian nation is not new. It has been with me from the moment I was born, and it is unbreakable. Even in exile, I have devoted my life to serving the Iranian nation. Amazing quote. Beautiful quote. I'm going to retweet that. I don't know. What's this? Oh yeah, so the Huda Beauty boycott continues. Guys, I still have to do my Huda Beauty stuff. It's been so busy, like literally super busy. Oh, look at this, the Islamic regime. Look at this. So the Islamic regime is now posting like AI generated images on social media threatening Israel. Like, so they're saying Zaman ziyadi nadarid, which means you don't have much time left. And it's like an hourglass. And then it's showing like, I don't know, rockets and stuff. What is that, Tel Aviv? Like this is how insane these people are. Literally insane. Literally insane, right? United States is going after the Islamic regime. And what does the Islamic regime do? They literally like, I don't know, man. They put out like these weird AI images where they're threatening Israel, right? Like again, like this, just look at the insanity, literal insanity, right? Oh, this is so funny. So, oh my gosh. Guys, okay, so this person actually supports the Islamic regime. You can tell, like, she's got like the Islamic regime flag there, right? And then like Islamic regime, and I don't know what flag is that. Iraq, I think that's Iraq. I don't know. Anyway, so like she supports the Islamic regime. Why the hell does she follow me? Wait, who is this person? Ew, why does this person follow me? Oh! I don't know, man. I'm wondering if this is one of those parody accounts. I have no idea. Bismirabal. Wait, what the heck is this? I don't know, man. I can't tell. I can't tell if this is like a parody account or not, but whoever they are, they follow me. Which is weird. But anyway, so guys, so they made this AI generated image of Khamenei, right? So here's like the supreme dictator. He's holding this, piece of paper with President Trump saying unconditional surrender, and then he's using his other hand to light it up. But guys, the community note on this is actually really funny. So the community note says Khamenei, so it doesn't translate properly, but it said basically the translation is Khamenei cannot use both hands at the same time. And the reason that he can't use both hands at the same time is because one of his hands is like fake, right? So we call him like Ali Takdast. One of his many nicknames is Ali Takdast. Ali Takdast means Ali one hand. So it's pretty funny. And this one's funny. Khamenei Chologhe. Okay, again, that's not translating properly. Okay, so Khomeini Cholak, yeah, he only has like one working hand. The other hand, it doesn't work. He's not able to use his other hand. So no, Cholak means like what's it like? Cholak is like it's like like physically impaired. He's physically impaired. So basically, the community note here is Khomeini is like, you know, physically impaired because he can't use both hands at the same time. So that's actually really funny. The community notes here. So someone's commenting on that, and then this person said, "This was the best community notes I've seen in a while." Why is X translating weird? Noti community? Anyways, whatever. There you go. So there's that. Oh, look at this. Everyone's like promoting King Reza Pahlavi. That's fantastic. So guys, this is the king and queen of Iran, right? So look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Super cool. Oh, here we go. Why don't we watch this interview? You know what? I need to upload mine. I have so many interviews that I've done and I haven't uploaded any of them. But let's listen to this one. There's English subtitles here.
Qui pourrait demain incarner ce tyran que vous souhaitez?
Écoutez, il y avait millions des Iraniens qui sont descendus dans la rue, qui escondaient mort au dictateur et ils voulaient le retour de Reza Pahlavi. Ils veulent le retour de Reza Pahlavi, le fils du Shah d'Iran. Il est un homme démocrate, il est légitime parce que son nom a été appelé aux quatre coins du pays. On croit en démocratie et c'est le peuple iranien qui a appelé son nom. Donc, je pense qu'il faut faire confiance au choix du peuple iranien.
Qui pourrait demain...
There you go. That was very good. I'm glad that there's English subtitles here. Good for her. What's this? That's so weird. I don't know, man. Like sometimes these like weird memes come across my feed and I don't appreciate that whatsoever. Oh, this is a crazy person. Guys, so this guy, remember we were talking about Iceman, and then Armin was talking about the Iranian Thomas Jefferson, who's like best friends with the Iceman. This is the Iranian Thomas Jefferson. He's also like he's insane. He's insane. Okay. Oh man, I can't show that video. Oh, geez. Okay. We're getting into like a lot of blood here, so I need to stop. Guys, like literally, like my For You page is not YouTube friendly right now. Because of all like the horrific stuff that's going on. Whew. Okay. Yeah, there's actually, so guys, there is one picture that I posted on my X account, and I posted it on my Instagram and Facebook. You guys can go and see it there if you want. I can't post it on, like I can't show it on YouTube. It's basically the image of brains scattered and smashed all over the ground. You know, and then blood, and then there's like a face mask, and there's like smeared brain on that too. Yeah, brain. The body itself is gone, but there's literally bits of brain all around, and it's yeah, it's yeah, like we said, the Islamic regime is only good at one thing, and that's murdering innocent, unarmed Iranians. So, all right, okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. We're gonna watch this video by Mark Levin because I feel like this is gonna help center and ground us. Because guys, like Mark is very, very close to President Trump. So what Mark says here, I think, is really, really important, right? Like he's pretty much saying the things that President Trump can't say, because of course President Trump wants to keep the Islamic regime in the dark, right? So here we go. This is really important.
Is turning into North Korea. The North Korea of the Middle East, and this is a huge problem, huge problem. Now, what do I mean by that? It exists for the sole purpose of funding the regime. It's a police state that uses police forces, internal security, and its military to stay in power and to control its people. So they have death camps, torture prisons, murder people at will, and it's getting worse and worse and worse by the day. The fact that the media are absent for the most part, they have ignored the urgency of the moment. The immediacy of the moment doesn't mean it's not happening, and it is happening. And unfortunately, people seem to be getting used to it. Not there, but outside of there. And I'm here to tell you, I'm never going to get used to this. Those people are suffering from a complete lack of civil liberties, a destitute economy, and a nearly non-existent middle class. It used to have a very vibrant middle class. Not anymore. The regime controls all aspects of the culture, communication, even whether the lights are turned off or on throughout the country, just like North Korea. And it is turning into a countrywide concentration camp, just like North Korea. Now, if we don't act, and by that I mean not diplomacy, but decisively, quickly, and overwhelmingly, with our military against the top of the regime, Khomeini and his cohorts in that circle, Iran will in fact build nuclear weapons, as North Korea has, despite dozens of agreements over the decades with Republican and Democrat presidents in which they pledged not to. And to be crystal clear, any regime that is willing to slaughter its own people by tens of thousands, as Iran is doing, and they would kill 250,000 if they have to, or 1 million of their people if they have to, they will not hesitate to launch ICBMs with nuclear warheads against our cities. And they are on the brink of perfecting that technology, which I'll get to in a moment. It's time that we understand in the West the mindset of the Islamists. It is a different mindset. It is a culture of death. Their intentions, and they repeat them openly, to take us out, to take out the West. That's why they exist, for their own power and to exercise that power and project it to destroy the West. They believe it's Allah's calling. They believe they're required to do it. Iran is weaker now than ever, and it will never be this weak again. Never. The opportunity to protect our own domestic national security interests, our own cities, our own way of life, to eliminate an enemy that is providing support to dangerous adversaries with imperial intentions, Russia, drones, China, oil, and so forth, and crucially, to stop the mass genocide of the Iranian people, who are a good people, who are an educated people, who are a Western people, who will be our friends and allies, who simply want freedom. If we don't do this right now, it's not going to get done. This is peace through strength. Now, I want to remind you that when North Korea, decades ago, was trying to build nuclear weapons, one president after another, one secretary of state after another, one envoy after another, the UN, security councils, general assemblies, year after year after year, they made deals with North Korea. They gave North Korea money. They threatened North Korea. I wrote down the timeline for North Korea getting nuclear weapons. 1985, 1991, 1992, all negotiations with us, with Europe, with the UN, with all kinds of individuals and organizations. But we were intimately involved. 1994, 1995, 1999, desperately seeking a deal. And we got deals. And they broke them each and every time. 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2005, 2006, agreement after agreement, deal after deal, money sent to them. Appeasing is what it was. In October 2006, their first nuclear weapon tested successfully. Then we keep negotiating with them to control what they've created. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, negotiations, deals, sub-deals, counter deals, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2016, that whole period, negotiations stalled. 2017, now they have a hydrogen bomb. A hydrogen bomb. Nuclear, now hydrogen. 2019, North Korea ends all negotiations with all countries and all entities related to its hydrogen bombs and its nuclear weapons, which it got through deals, through arrangements, through subsidies, through appeasement. 2022, they ramped up their missile tests. 2026, they have estimated 50 nuclear and hydrogen missiles, and they add 6 to 7 every single year. And now they're helping the Iranians, as are the communist Chinese. So you have a limited period here. And Iran right now is on its back. It's weaker than it's ever been. And recent reports indicate their economy has reached a state of near total collapse right now. Now, what do I mean by that? Currency collapse. The Iranian rial has plummeted to historic lows. Historic lows. 1.1 million rials to $1 US. You know, that's where you're pushing around paper money in wheelbarrows. Remember those black and white movies of the Weimar Republic? In late 2025, it was losing value so rapidly that shop owners were unable to set stable prices. Hyperinflation. Inflation rate overall is 43% right now. Food prices have surged at an annual rate of 72%. Basic staples like bread have seen price increases of over 113%. Meat has become a luxury item, unaffordable for tens of millions of people there, of the 90 million population. 1 in 5 young people is unemployed. Official reports suggest 57% of Iranians are suffering from some level of malnutrition. This was a society and a culture that was vigorous, that was vibrant. Not anymore. The economy shrank 2.8%. Unemployment rate overall is 41%. The banking sector is in crisis. A major bank recently collapsed under bad loans to regime cronies, and ATMs have frequently gone offline. Severe energy and water crises cause daily nationwide power outages for 3 to 4 hours. There's a chronic water shortage. Intense sanctions from the US and Europe, alongside the aftermath of Israel's 12-day war with Iran, crippled oil exports and nuclear infrastructure, but they're rebuilding at a breakneck speed. Now, what should we do about this? We can negotiate like we did with North Korea for 30 years. Where does it get us? Look, folks, the foreign minister of Iran said, yeah, you knocked out our nuclear sites, but you can't knock out our knowledge, and we're going to build our nuclear weapons. And so maybe they'll make an agreement and say, no, we won't, but they will. Maybe they'll sign an agreement and say, okay, no more ballistic missiles, but they will. They're terrorists. It's an Islamist terrorist regime. They don't care about human life of their own people. Why are they going to care about a piece of paper? Oh, yeah, we signed a piece of paper with the West. Well, what does that mean? It means nothing. Nothing. It's a great piece in the Chicago Council on Global Affairs by Saeed Golkar. And he writes in part, the protests are a direct challenge to the foundation of regime legitimacy. Protest slogans no longer call for reform or accountability within the system. They reject the system itself. The state's response, killing thousands of people in just 2 weeks, reflects leadership's panic. The response has been one of mass repression, not crowd control, repression. A regime confident in its authority does not resort to killing its citizens on this scale. Such violence signals fear of collapse, not strength. Protest slogans no longer call for reform or accountability within the system. They reject the system itself. What is happening in Iran is not merely a domestic human rights catastrophe. It carries strategic consequences. that extend far beyond the nation's borders. If President Trump were to authorize a targeted U.S. military strike, and he has threatened to do, it would not trigger a regional war, but instead expose how weak and constrained the Islamic Republic has become. For years, U.S. policymakers have treated Iran as a powerful and resilient regional actor, a perception that has become increasingly outdated. Today's Islamic Republic is a regime under siege from its own society, surviving through coercion rather than consent. Its economy continues to deteriorate, and ruling elites are deeply concerned about the prospect of being overthrown by the Iranian population. But they won't be overthrown by the Iranian population because they're not armed. They're not armed. And so they murder them. They just murder them. The mass killing of protesters confirms that the regime views its own citizens as a primary threat. Fears that a U.S. strike would provoke Iranian retaliation misunderstand the regime's strategic reality. Iran is in no position to escalate militarily. Opening an external conflict amid sustained nationwide unrest would be extraordinarily risky, and any serious retaliation against the United States would invite an overwhelming military response at a moment when the Islamic Republic's coercive apparatus is already consumed by internal security demands. Time after time, Iran has prioritized regime survival over escalation, revealing strategic weakness beneath its defiant rhetoric. And today's regime is far more vulnerable than it was in 2020 and even last year. The ongoing protest wave has absorbed the attention and resources of the IRGC and the Basij, the inner circle, whose primary mission is now domestic control. Retaliation against the United States would be reckless and unlikely, as the Islamic Republic lacks both the operational capacity and the political confidence to respond forcefully. Time after time, Iran has prioritized regime survival over escalation, revealing strategic weakness beneath its defiant rhetoric. I'm not downplaying the danger. They talk about these drones, and they'd have a surge of drones and so forth and so on. And there are ways to deal with that. The Israelis dealt with it in their 12-day war against Iran, and we dealt with it too. And there are ways to deal with it. But a hard, fast strike against the top of the regime, the head of the snake, to try everything possible to take him out, his inner circle out, and to hit some of the main sites where the drones are being hidden, where a lot is known about them, and where these other military sites are, where a lot is known about them. A massive systemic attack is what's needed. Or this isn't going to go away, or we're going to have a North Korea in the Middle East. A destitute people, impoverished and enslaved, but 90 million of them, and a nation that has now built a missile, an intercontinental ballistic missile that can go 10,000 kilometers. You know what that is? That's far enough to hit the east coast of the United States of America. And they're not going to stop unless they're stopped, because that's the mind. You know who's helping them? China. Those big transport planes that are coming, that's the fuel and so forth for more and more ballistic missiles. Let's say they have 2,000 ballistic missiles. What do you think they're going to have in 6 months? 10,000 ballistic missiles. Are we going to stop them then? Well, they're going to be stronger then. And more people will have been murdered and put down from the internal unrest that's taking place there. Their ICBM ambitions, Iran's ambitions, space program. They are advancing in their space program as I speak. And it indicates the Islamic Republic is also pursuing an intercontinental ballistic missile capability that can reach the continental United States, as we know. This is from the Great Hudson Institute. And China is a critical enabler of Tehran's ballistic missile production and ambitions, and cooperation between North Korea and Iran is going on as we speak. This ICBM I'm talking about, why do you think they fired it off with Russia's support into Siberia? Just tell us. You can do whatever you say you're going to do. We'll make whatever deal you want to deal, or maybe we won't. What are you going to do about it? And while these systems would not pose an existential threat to the United States, even a limited ICBM capability would bring all of Europe and much of the continental United States within Iran's coercive reach. That sounds existential to me. And here's the story, and many stories about this 10,000 kilometer rocket they just fired off. It just shows you they're getting this information and help from the North Koreans, from the Communist Chinese. Russia's been assisting them too. And they are on breakneck speed to break out. As poor as this country is, they're using the economy of the country, what resources they have. Their people will starve, they'll imprison them, they'll slaughter them, but they will continue to fund their military machine, their satellites, their missiles, their nuclear program, unless they're stopped once and for all. And that is my point. Now, one of the other reasons to deal with this regime is it's one of the main providers of oil to communist China. China buys more than 80% of, this is from Reuters, of Iran's shipped oil in 2025, and Iran oil has limited buyers due to U.S. sanctions, so they sell more and more to communist China. That represented about 13.4% of the total 10.27 million barrels per day of oil it imported by sea. This is another reason to deal with this, ladies and gentlemen. Communist China, well, they'll negotiate too. Sure they will. People don't understand the Islamist mentality and the Marxist mentality are very similar. They overlap. They will sign deals, they'll make agreements for the purpose of delaying us, for creating a psychological hypnosis within our own country, within our own experts and so forth, that, okay, we have a deal, peace in our time. But for the communist Chinese, they look at the history of China and they count it by thousands of years. For the Islamists, they look at not so much their history, but their fundamentalist ideology, and they say, we have thousands of years. For both, the goal is to conquer and destroy, for both. That's why I talk about this Marxist-Islamist fusion, and more people are talking about it too. They talk about the red-green or the green-red combination. It's the same thing, as I've been talking to you for years. Iran is weaker now than ever before. However, it's not going to stay on its back. It will continue to slaughter its people. And from a humane point of view, what do we believe in as Americans? What do we believe in? Individual liberty. We believe in freedom. We believe in life. We cannot interfere all over the world. That would be insane. We don't have the resources. We don't have the capabilities. For instance, we can't help the Uyghurs in communist China. But when a situation exists where we can do something, in addition to everything else I just discussed, shouldn't we do it? Shouldn't we put an end to such an evil regime, evil in every respect, that wants to kill you and me, is slaughtering its own people, is using all its resources to build weapons to destroy us and Europe and people who don't agree with them? If not now, when?
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News.
Okay, there you go. Hopefully Armin's going to come back. Guys, I'm literally doing a million things at once right now. Wait. Sorry guys, I need to check something. Cuz I'm oh jeez. Okay, let me see. Okay, guys. Okay, sorry guys. I'm literally doing like political stuff behind the scenes right now. Guys, it's been a super busy day. But we've been working on a petition. And so I'm WhatsApping with my amazing friend, MP Melissa Lantzman. And guys, so همین هنانی که الان دارن نگاه میکنن، اگه که همین ماجرای این پتیشن رو دارین فالو میکنین، الان اینو به شما اول میگم. چون که خود داشتم ببخشید رو تلفن بودم، داشتم با دوستم ملیسا لنسمن صحبت میکردم و از توسط واتساپ. و دوستان همین الان پتیشن که حمایت از شاهزاده رضا پهلوی تو دولت کانادا، که دولت کانادا به عنوان رسما شاهزاده رضا پهلوی و به عنوان رهبر انقلاب و رهبر ترانزیشن تیم بشناسن، همین الان خانم ملیسا لنسمن این پتیشن رو اپروو کرد و ما الان we're one step closer که این پتیشن حالا بره آنلاین. و آره دیگه ببخشید داشتم روی واتساپ با اون با ملیسا بودم. واقعا ملیسا دمش گرم، خیلی خیلی خانم خوبیه، خیلی باعث افتخارمه که دوستش هست. Guys, the link's not available yet. لینک ببین دوستان، لینک هنوز نیست چون که این پتیشن های دولتی there's like you know there's steps, like there's like formal steps that have to take place. ولی خب من دارم سعی میکنم اینو fast track بکنم. No, it's not the change.org. Change.org معنی نداره. این پتیشن رسمیه برای دولت کانادا. Anyways, we're one step closer. So خانم ملیسا لنسمن الان اینو اپروو کرد و به خاطر این باید راجبش پست بکنم. هنوز آنلاین نرفته. الان دیگه فقط تنها این چیزی که مونده the clerks of the the clerks of the Canadian legislature just have to like review the petition and then they're going to put it online very soon. So this is very good. ببخشید به خاطر این I'm a little bit یه کمی سرگرم هستم. Sorry, I'm a little preoccupied. That's why. And then like I want to get this done because I have like a media I have another media interview at 5:00. So I just want to I want to get this done. But where's Armin? Let me text Armin. So Armin can come back. Oh, there you are, Armin.
Yes.
I'm so glad you're back because I've also been working, you know, the formal petition.
Yeah.
So I was texting with my good friend Melissa Lanceman, and because she's a good friend, you know, guys. When I say I have people's phone numbers, I have people's phone numbers. But Melissa Lanceman just approved the petition, so so she approved the petition. So we're one step closer to having the formal government petition be posted online on the Government of Canada website. And then, after the 30-day period for, gathering signatures, then she's going to present it in the Government of Canada.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you, Goldie. That's amazing.
No, happy to do that. Like it's, happy to support, happy to help. So yeah, so Melissa's gonna she literally just authorized it, and she and she's super busy, and she just like did it on her phone. She's like, hey, it's approved or whatever. So yeah, it's done. So guys, it's not online yet. It's not online yet. But it's one step closer to going online. Basically, at this point, it's just a formality. It's just the clerks of the legislature have to like review it, and for like spelling mistakes or things like that, right? But the most important part was like getting an MP to sponsor the petition to present it. So yeah, it's pretty much done. It's pretty much done at this point. But Armin, I have to go because I have to give an update on this petition. And then I have a media interview at 5:00, but I'll be back at 5:30.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Today's been no worries.
Crazy busy, super busy. But I appreciate all your support.
Yeah,
and I owe you.
People are really impressed by what you just did, Goldie, in the chat. Everybody's saying thank you.
Yeah, this is politics, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, former politician. Yes, I'm here, like YouTubing, streaming, whatever. But there's a lot I do behind the scenes. You guys have no idea the kind of conversations I have on this phone right here. So there you go. So guys, so this petition will be open to any person who is in Canada or is a Canadian citizen. So if you're a Canadian citizen but you're not in Canada, you can sign the petition. or if you're in Canada, you can sign it, but because it's a formal, like, this isn't like a random change.org petition, right? So this is like a formal Government of Canada petition. So you have to be either a permanent resident or living in Canada or a Canadian citizen. So when that petition's online, I'll give all the info. And I'm more than happy to talk about it when I get back. The petition is for the Government of Canada to formally recognize King Reza Pahlavi and the transitional government as the legitimate, temporary government of Iran, and work with King Reza Pahlavi and his team to transition Iran from an Islamic dictatorship to a secular democracy. That's step 6, right? So, one of the 6 demands, right? That's step 6, which is legitimizing the transitional team. So anyone and everyone in Canada should, guys, I'll talk more about that later. I know you have a lot of questions. I got to go. I'll be back. All right. Armin,
Awesome.
I'll see you in like about 45 minutes.
Sounds good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good. Okay. So, guys, hopefully we get Goldie back very soon. Let me just, I'm going to share a couple of things with you. Let me know if Goldie has already shared what I'm about to show you. So I saw, there we go. US, CENTCOM in Persian. Guys, did you guys know that CENTCOM has a Persian account? I always love it when I see this. Why does CENTCOM have a Persian account? Why do they have a Persian account? I don't know why, but it's amazing that they do. So they posted this from the USS Abraham Lincoln, but don't worry, they also have a English version of it. Oh, I think the English version is not as complete as the Persian one. So let's actually say what they said in the Persian one. So US Central Command Farsi just posted this saying, what happens on the flight deck of an aircraft carrier? What many appear to be chaotic. So basically, they're just describing the things that they're doing, but in Persian, they're showing Iranians that we're on our way. So watch this. This is look at this. Guys, they're not hiding anything. The Americans, they don't need to hide, because you would think like, okay, the preparations and everything, they need to keep that secret. Look at this. Look at how small these people are. This is really big. So this is, I think, the USS Abraham Lincoln. Is it? Yes, it is. But you would think Americans would try to not show this, but there's no point, because there's nothing you could do against Americans. That's how powerful they are. Let me see. Let's pay attention to the chat as well. Did Goldie show you this one? So Trump just came out and said something about Iran again. Did she show you this? Should I play it again? Did you guys see this? Oh, you've seen it. Somebody says UV in the chat saying, yes, we've seen it. I'm going to play it again because it's very short and it's kind of funny because he's laughing. Okay.
Just ask Venezuela.
Wait, so the question was, the question is about Iran. So he's saying ask.
Just ask Venezuela. Ask Iran. They're negotiating now. They don't want us to hit them. We have a big fleet going over.
Why is he laughing? I love it. I mean, I'm not complaining, but why is he laughing? This is so good. He's ridiculing them.
They don't want us to hit them. We have a big fleet going over to Iran. But so Raisin was there at the bottom of the plane.
Oh, by the way, guys, I can't find this tweet, so I don't know if it's true or not, but it's kind of funny because, if I don't know if this tweet is true, but I'm gonna treat it as if it's right. It's true because it's funny either way. So this is a Islamic Republic supporter posting a picture, AI picture of Khamenei burning an X post from Trump, where Trump has says unconditional surrender, and then Khamenei is burning it. And Oh, thank you so much. Somebody saying, Armin, switched over to your channel to watch to give you equal time. Oh, that's so sweet. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. Yes, yes. Goldie has so much more views than me, so thank you. Okay. Oh, I should post a link to my channel in the chat so that you guys could subscribe. If you're on, well, I mean, I should post a link to Goldie's channel on my channel as well. But let me do both. Right. So, guys, if you're on Goldie's channel, here's a link to my channel. And then let's do the other way around as well. So, guys, subscribe to my channel as well if you're on Goldie's channel. And then if on Atheist Republic, I'll put a link to Goldie's channel. So, subscribe to Goldie's channel. All right. But, guys, look at, so this is not the funny part. The funny part is not the fact that they made an AI picture of Khamenei burning the post by Donald Trump. What is the funny part? What's wrong with this picture? What is unrealistic about this picture? Anybody know? Anybody know? What is unrealistic about this picture? How could you tell that somebody? I didn't think anybody would get it. You got it right away. His hands? Did anybody show you this? Oh my God, so many people already know that because both of his hands are functional. So here's the community note. Khamenei نمیتواند به صورت همزمان از دو دست استفاده کنه. Khamenei is not able to use both of his hands at the same time because one of his hands he's handicapped in one hand. So one of his hands does not work. So like this picture is unrealistic because he's handicapped on one hand. So you got a community note for that. So wait, look at this one. Oh, guys, this is going to be hard to watch. Oh, Goldie showed that to you guys 10 minutes ago? Okay. Well, did Goldie show you this? This one is not easy to watch. Did Goldie show you this one? Yeah, this one too? Okay, maybe I should just go. Oh my God. You have seen it. No? People are saying yes and no. Don't say yes if you have seen it yourself. I'm saying if you saw it on Goldie. Okay, I'm going to show it to you anyways. Okay, this needs to be seen. No, somebody's saying no. I haven't seen it. Okay. So, guys, this shows that the Islamic Republic when they were attacking the people, you didn't even have to participate in the protest for them to shoot at you. So look at this. Shocking footage out of Tehran, Iran, captured the moment Islamist regime enforces open fire and kills random passerby. So if you look at these three people, they're not protesting. They're just walking. They're just walking, and watch what happens. So these three people, they're not even chanting. They're not protesting. They're just walking. Okay, so look what happens by the IRGC, criminals. Look at this. Look at this. Unbelievable. Yeah, so they're just moving by and doing this. So to just random passerbys, even if they were not part of the revolution. Wait, what is that? Somebody said, what does that even mean? Somebody in the chat is saying, you get 100% Freemason support, my brother. What the hell does that even mean, weirdo? That's in my chat. Okay, so you guys already saw this yesterday, but then Nayak responded. Did Goldie show you this? The Nayak response? I will give you the full context to the people who have not seen this, but for the people who know what I'm talking about, did Goldie show you that Nayak responded to this video yesterday? No? Okay. You know how we say she did not show. Okay, this is finally I have something new for you guys. And this is one of those moments where we could say Armin is also right. Okay, so we have a hashtag Goldie is always right. Now we should introduce a hashtag saying Armin is also sometimes right. Okay. This is an I told you so moment. Okay. Okay, let me actually give context for everybody so that we could tell you what happened. So this was from Nufti, the National Union for Democracy in Iran. This is Princess Pahlavi's team, which you all should be following. It's a very good source of information. So they posted this video. Again, this is yesterday's news, but I'm going to play the video one more time for people who are new here, just so that we could then show you what the response from Nayak was. And guys, it's exactly what I predicted. And it's actually quite impressive that I told you what they're going to say, and they said that. This shows that I am very aware of Iranian internal politics, because I told you what Nayak's defense is going to be, and that was their defense. Yeah, guys, they're making this as a hashtag. They're making this as a hashtag. Where is it? The long hashtag? Armin is also right. Yes. Oh, somebody's saying Armin is right. Hashtag Armin is right when Goldie isn't here. Okay, that you could make that a hashtag. Oh, they have another hashtag saying Armin might be right. Yeah, Armin is also right is good. I like that one. Okay, so Armin could sometimes also be right. How about that? Sometimes. No, guys, but come on. This is pretty impressive. But okay, let me explain to people what this is. So NIOC is basically a think tank lobbying group in the United States that we Iranians have been telling you for years that they are a lobby of the Islamic Republic, right? I mean, I'm not going to play the video because you already seen it, but this was a video of some of the people who work with the Islamic Republic. Some people who work with the Islamic Republic, they basically admitted. I'll just play it I'll just play it. You read the subtitles because I need to use the washroom. So maybe this is actually a good opportunity for people to just read the subtitles while I go to the washroom, and I'll be right back. Okay.
لابی درسته مطابق سبک خودمون که سبک خودمون چی باید باشه من شما میشینیم بعداً صحبت میکنیم الان
به سبک خودمون به سبک خودمون تریتا پارسی بود دیگه دکتر
حالا بله نه خیر اینا داره برنامه ضبط میشه دیگه اون داستان دیگه است تریتا پارسی چون مثلا شما ببینید این مشکل آقای روحانی بود یک دقیقه من اقتصادیاش آقای عبدالکریم نه ببینید آیه اشتباهی که آقای روحانی داشت اشتباه زیاد داشت یکیش این بود اولین سفری که رفت آمریکا برگشت تو فرودگاه ویدیوش هست گفت ما لابی ایران میخوام لابی ایرانی میخوام آقای روحانی گفتش که برگشت از آمریکا گفت ما لابی ایرانی میخوایم مشکلش چی بود اون یش زیاده بعد میگفت ما لابی ایران میخوایم لابی ایران میخوایم چون زمانی که شما ایرانی باشی تو آمریکا تحت فشار هستی متهم هستی بعد باید بیشتر به او سرویس بدی تا به ایران سرویس بدی.
اون لابی که گفتید رو خیلی خلاصه در حد 30 ثانیه میگم ببینید اعراب لابیشون آدم محوره میرن با کوشنر میبندن اسرائیلیا لابیشون ساختار داره نظام داره پول داره بودجه داره آیپک داره سیپک داره این اسرائیلیا عرب اون شکل میرن واسه ایران اینها مقدور نیست واسه ایران این اجازه رو نمیدن نمیشه لابی شما رفتید ساختید اونجا نایاک رو آبرو و شرف ایران و ایرانی رو بردن اونجا اصلا آبروش اونم که شد برجام شکست خورد والا به خدا نسخه‌ای که میپیچید خیلی ضعیفه و جواب
So they mentioned Trita Parsi, who is the founder of NIOC, and also they mentioned NIOC, and they admitted that NIOC and Trita Parsi are lobbies of the Islamic Republic. And remember, this guy is part of the Islamic Republic, this guy over here, okay? So they're admitting that, and they're basically saying that was not a good strategy. So this came from the Islamic Republic itself. And guys, you guys remember, what did I say when we showed this? And me and Goldie were both like jaws dropped, right? Both of us like, oh my God, because we have been saying what these people have been saying for years. And, we knew what we were talking about. And finally, now we have them, basically, you heard it from the horse's mouth, right? But I said that Nayak will have an excuse for this. Does anybody remember what did I say? So what did Nayak came out and say? What did I say they would say? What did I say Nayak would say? Anybody remember? If you don't remember, then you're gonna say I'm making it up. I'm making it up. Like, you're not gonna believe me. I hope some people remember. Yes, somebody's saying they did it also. Yes, hardliner propaganda. That's what I said. That's what I said yesterday. That's what I said. I said Nayak, because remember, Nayak is part of the lobby groups of the reformers, like Zarif and Rouhani. So I said that Nayak is going to come out and say, so remember, hardliners and reformers are, sometimes in reality, sometimes it's a game, fighting against each other. They're competitors. So I said that Nayak is going to come out and say that this is hardliners taking a position against us by they're trying to throw us under the bus. So Nayak might even, if I was Nayak, I would come and say, this shows how effective we are at being a force against the Islamic Republic, because the hardliners have recorded this and put it out there on purpose to try to basically throw us under the bus. So to basically try to pretend that we're connected with them as a way to delegitimize us. So that's what I said Nayak would say. I mean, that's what I would say if I was Nayak, right? This was all a game. This is on purpose. So let's see what Nayak actually said. So this is what Nayak, so they posted this video from Nufti. Nufti is basically Princess of Pahlavi's team. And they said, Nayak is 100% an Iranian American organization and has no connection to the Islamic Republic or any foreign government, not in the past, not in the present, and not in the future. Bold claims, bold claims. And then they continue, some forces who are pushing war with Iran, see, look at this. They're referring to the Islamic Republic as Iran, right? Some forces who are pushing war with Iran are circulating a clip of a hardliner, Clap for me, guys. Clap for me. Like, guys, are you not impressed? Yes, somebody's saying, yes, Armin, you said they would do this. Guys, I said this before they posted this. Look at this. Look at this. They're going to blame it on the hardliners. See? Oh, thank you, guys. Okay, so, guys, this is the fact that I predicted what Nayak would say is kind of a good way for you to see that I am well aware of internal Iranian politics, right? So if a clip of a hardliner in Iran, and remember, because Nayak is on the side of the reformers of the Islamic Republic, they are basically are okay to be. Here's what the Nayak always does. They take positions against the hardliner parts of the Islamic Republic to make some Americans to think that they're against the Islamic Republic. But no, they are for the reformer parts of the Islamic Republic. And let me also remind you that the Iranian people have a bigger problem with the reformers than the hardliners. So we Iranians, we hate the reformers more than we hate the hardliners, the revolutionary people. Because at least with the hardliners, we know what we're getting. The reformers are the sneaky oopsie. The sneaky, you know what, right? I almost swore on Goldie's channel. The reformers are, these are some, I don't know. I can't swear. So I don't, my vocabulary is limited when it comes to describing the reformers if I can't swear. But you know what I want to say, right? So, right. So the reformers, they make us, the reformers have more blood on their hand and they're a lot better with being sneaky and deceptive and manipulative than the hardliners. The hardliners are they're a bunch of they're idiots, right? The hardliners are crazy people, so they're dangerous and they're bloodthirsty, but they're also not very effective at with their cruelty. The reformers, they know how to put a mask on, and they kill more, but they also know how to play politics better. So this is why Iranian people hate Nayak so much, because they come, and the Americans don't know that the reformers of the reformer wing of the Islamic Republic is worse than the hardliners. So Nayak comes and takes this progressive look by having connections to the reformers and being against the hardliners. And if you're against the hardliners, well, oh, look at this, we're against the radical elements of the Islamic Republic, so we must be on the good side. This is what a lot of leftist progressives in America do as well, and that's why leftist progressive Americans love Nayak, and they love Trita Parsi as a source of their analysis for all Iranian affairs, right? Because they get to virtue signal to you that we're against the correct parts of the Islamic Republic, while not being while taking an anti-imperial stance, still an anti-Zionist and an anti-imperial stance as well, because they're not against all of the Islamic Republic, right? So they want to, if you're a leftist, you want to be able to virtue signal to both sides, right? So you want to have like, oh, I'm pro women's rights credentials with you. I'm pro women's rights, I'm pro LGBT, but you also want to be anti-imperialist and anti-Zionist. So with Iran, that's complicated, because if you're anti-Islamic Republic, you're basically anti the most effective force against Zionism and Western imperialism, as they call it. But if you're also for them, well, these people are brutal to women and LGBT and minorities, so that's not going to look good either. So how could you defend them and be against them at the same time? Well, here comes Nayak. Here comes Trita Parsi. I have the solution for you, right? In Farsi we say ham khoda ro ham khorma ro. Okay, so basically this is the English version. You could have your cake and eat it too. We will basically give you the hardliners to shit on, but also recognize the reasonability of the reformers as properly anti-American and properly anti-Israeli without being as crazy as the hardliners. So Trita Parsi gives people like, I don't know, Kyle Kalinsky and Vosh and Hassanabi and all those other idiots a way to be like, well, those people are horrible, but look at this. These are the proper analysts like Trita Parsi and all the other people who work from Nayak who have some good points in defense of the Islamic Republic, regardless of those more hardliner elements within them, right? That's how Nayak and reformers work with each other to whitewash the image of the Islamic Republic in Western media, podcasts, books, articles. That's what the whole agenda of Nayak is. So Nayak has no problem taking an anti-hardliner stance against the Islamic Republic, but not against the reformers. And again, our main problem in Iran is with the reformers. The reason why in Iran our main problem is with the reformers is that the reformers are the ones who keep Islamic Republic alive. The hardliners aren't able to keep the Islamic Republic alive. The fact that we have gone through 47 years of misery is not because of the hardliners. The hardliners would have collapsed on year 5. The reformers are the ones who have managed to drag it for this long. Does that make sense? Let me know if this is making sense, right? And the reformers are the ones who actually have advocated for the harshest policies while acting like they don't. Please also remember, for example, that the highest number of killings by the Islamic Republic happened at the time that a so-called reformer president was in power. So, for example, if you talk about Bloody November happened when Rouhani, a reformer president, was in power. And this massacre that we just went through, with more than 40,000 people being massacred in less than 10 hours. Again, guys, please remember that the 40,000 people didn't die in 2 days. they died in 10 hours. 5 hours on a Thursday, and 5 were killed on 5 hours on a Thursday and 5 hours on a Friday. So 10 hours. In 10 hours, Islamic Republic. So guys, let's for a second believe the 63,000 number that Hamas tells us have died in Gaza. Okay, let's just take that number and say, okay, that's true. The Islamic Republic, that's a number of people killed was reached in Gaza in a year and a half. Again, I don't trust Hamas, but let's just let's assume that it's right? So that's in a year and a half, the number of people who died in Gaza was 60,000. So the Islamic Republic, according to the latest data, managed to reach like a minimum of 36,000. I think it's a lot higher, but a minimum of 36 hours in 10 hours. In 10 hours. That also happened under a reformist government. A reformist government. So the Bloody November happened under Rouhani. The massacre of this revolution, 36,000 people in 10 hours, happened under Pezeshkian, another so-called reformist president, in 10 hours. So yeah, this is the reformers. Again, this is why we hate the reformers. We hate the reformers more than we hate the hardliners. In fact, I think that if they are targeting leaders, like if the bombing happens, I am so much more eager to see Rouhani die under the bombardment that is likely going to happen more than Khamenei. Rouhani and Javad Zarif and IRGC are higher priority for me to die under the bombardment than Khamenei. In fact, I hope that we manage to catch Khamenei alive, right? I hope we manage to catch Khamenei alive. I understand if that is not reasonable and he probably has to go if the bombardments happen, but I really hope that we capture him alive. But Rouhani, Zarif, and IRGC, these mofos, they need to be eliminated. Higher priority than Khamenei himself, in my opinion. Anyways, let's get back to the NIAC statement. Is this, guys, is this helpful information? Let me see. We got a super chat that I need to respond to because they had my, hold on. Wait, what is this? Somebody's saying, hey, Armin, thanks for, let me bring this on. Thanks for holding down the fort. Can you explain how trusting King Pahlavi and Iranian Prosperity Project won't burn the U.S. like trusting Iraq's, what? Oh, Chalabi, who betrayed the U.S. It's a reason many Americans are gun shy. Wait. Did you mispronounce that? Oh, Ahmed Chalabi. All right, well, let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. First of all, you don't need to trust Pahlavi. You could trust all of the Iranian people who are more pro-American than they are pro any other nation. Princess of Pahlavi, the reason why you can trust Princess of Pahlavi is Princess of Pahlavi has always been a reflection of the Iranian people. If you look at his career for the past 47 years, he has constantly been he has always been the voice of what the Iranian people demand. And that's why sometimes he's changed his position, because the Iranian people change their position. The main thing that the Princess of Pahlavi hasn't been changing his position on is the fact that he has been fighting for the sovereignty to get back to the Iranian people, and the Iranian people basically getting their right to their own destiny into their own hands. They be able to choose their own destiny, basically democracy, bringing democracy to the Iranian people. That part has not changed in the past 47 years. That's the main mission of Princess of Pahlavi, and he's consistently been fighting for that. But there are some minor things that Princess of Pahlavi has changed his position on, and you could always see that that's the thing that the Iranian people have changed their position on. So Princess of Pahlavi has been a very effective reflection of what the Iranian. Let me actually bring this down to explain this. A very perfect reflection of what the Iranian people ask for, right? So, given that Princess of Pahlavi is just an amplification of what the Iranian people are asking for, and that's why we have chosen him as our leader, because he's the best at doing that. You don't have to even just trust Princess of Pahlavi, other than just trusting him for being a proper reflection of us, Iranian people. And then once you realize that, what you could do, and this is the difference between Iraq and Iran, the Iranian people are pro-American. If you look at every single poll that has been taken off of Iranian people, the number one country that Iranian people like is America. They like America more than any other country, right? So that's the difference between Iran and Iraq. The Iraqi people, like in Iraq, you're trusting the leader. Well, if the leader is not a reflection of the people, that is not going to be stable. But when it comes to Iran, you're not investing in the leader. What you're investing is in an entire nation of people that want to be your ally. An entire nation of people who want to be your ally. So trusting dictators or other people who are just going to basically try to manage a people that don't share their values or don't share that's unstable. So basically, if Princess of Pahlavi wanted to be pro-America, but the Iranian people didn't want to be pro-America, this would be an unstable investment. You would have to see if, like, would Princess of Pahlavi be able to be enough powerful to basically force this upon the Iranian people? If I was American, I wouldn't be trusted. Even if Princess of Pahlavi was the best person in the world and a great leader with the proper values, I wouldn't be investing in that. But when I see that this is also the desire of the Iranian people, that they want to have proper relationships, good relationships with America and Israel, then this is a good investment. Does that make sense? This is a good investment. This is the want of the Iranian people. Does that make sense? Okay, somebody's saying great explanation. And beyond Iranian people being pro-American, the Iranian people, unlike the people in Iraq, unlike the average people, again, not all, but unlike the average people in Syria, unlike the average people in Afghanistan or Pakistan, which is now being taken over by inbreds. Like, it's not enough for Pakistan, by the way. Apparently, Islam and poverty was not enough. Let's also make an inbred army. How about that? By the way, this is not. This is not an insult. This is actually what's happening in Pakistan, right? So they're getting hit by poverty, Islam, and being inbred. Not a good combination, right? Again, not all Pakistanis. No offense to the secular fighters, anti-Islamic fighters of Pakistan. We salute you. So I'm not talking about you, but the rest of the country. Holy shit, man. Oh, sorry, not sorry. But anyway, so the Iranian people, unlike the people of Afghanistan and Pakistan and Iraq and Syria, they have proper values. The Iranian people want secularism, and this might be controversial. They want secularism more than Americans want secularism, more than the French people want laïcité, because they've experienced living under Islam, but they also have experienced not living under Islam. This is the difference between the people. So people are like, oh, okay, Armin, if people of Iran have the proper values because they have lived under Islamic tyranny, well, shouldn't that also be true with the people of Afghanistan? Aha, there's a difference. The Iranian people have experienced living better under Pahlavi, and then they experienced living under Islamic theocracy. So they saw the possibilities of living in a prosperous, democratic, free, culturally rich, normal relationship with the rest of the world, stable country, with women had higher status, and the whole world respected us with an army that is the fifth biggest, most powerful army in the world, normal relationships with the whole world, everybody getting richer, on average, people getting richer every year. They've experienced that. They experienced a much higher level of culture and values, and all of that was taken away from them. So they know that their country had much, this was not supposed to happen to us. The Iranian people experienced so much more under the Pahlavi dynasty. And because of the experience that they had before the Islamic Revolution and then living under an Islamic theocracy, they became the greatest advocates of secularism, democracy, equal individual rights before the law, and the border integrity, the territorial integrity of their country. So all the main values that make a country great, a society great, the Iranian people want those. So the Iranian people are the people with the proper values. Unlike the people, especially unlike the people in Gaza and the current, hopefully temporary residents of Judea and Samaria, unlike those people, they are pro-Western, well, pro-American at least, pro-Western, pro-Israeli, pro the classical liberal values that make societies great. So you don't need to, this is why you should trust Pahlavi, because the Iranian people trust Pahlavi. So here's the thing, don't trust Princess of Pahlavi directly. Trust the Iranian people, and then trust that they have made the right decision. Because trusting one person is hard to do. One person might fail you. But an entire nation, because now if an entire nation is choosing the proper values, like one person might lie to you, two people might lie to you. An entire nation cannot be coming and lying to the whole world that we want these values and be lying to them. All of them are lying in the same direction together to fool the entire planet. That is impossible. So all you have to do is realize that these are people with the proper values that understand the value of freedom more than most people in the world, because they have experienced not having freedom and then not having freedom. They understand the value of secularism more than most people in the world, because they had secularism and then they stopped having secularism, at least to some extent. They understand the value of free speech. They understand the value of having equal individual rights, and they want that for themselves. And because they have the proper values, they use those values to select their leader. So the reason why you should be trusting Princess of Pahlavi is because the Iranian people put their trust in Princess of Pahlavi. And these are people with the right values. The Iranian people are the people with the right values. That's why this is why this is safe investment. Guys, remember, the most important resource of a society is not its oil, it's not its gas, it's not its metals, rare earth minerals, it's not its farmland, it's not its access to the sea, it's not its access to trade routes, it's not any of that. The most important resource any society has is its people. The people of a society are the most important resource any society has. Okay, and Iran is a country with the best people. These are entrepreneur people, they're hardworking people, they have the proper values, as I mentioned, and they are fighters, and this is a nation of the bravest people that I've ever known anywhere in the world, anytime in history. They don't just believe in freedom, they don't just believe in liberty, they're fighting for it like no one else. So when it comes to investing in a group of people, investing in the Iranian people is the safest investment that you could ever get. I mean, look at their performance everywhere they are in the world when they're not in chain. Look at where they are. Look at what they do everywhere they are when they're not in chain. So once Iran is free, they're going to be doing what they always do. They're going to build. They're going to prosper. And they're not just going to be liberating Iran, they're going to be a major positive force for the entire region. So the reason why you should trust Pahlavi, because Pahlavi is the key to liberating the Iranian people, and investing in Pahlavi is investing in the Iranian people. And investing in the Iranian people is not just good for Iranians, it's not just good for Americans, it's good for the whole world. Because not only are they going to liberate themselves, they're going to have a major positive impact in the entire region. They're going to save Americans a lot of lives and money, because they, just like before, you're like, why should we trust Pahlavi? Pahlavi was a stabilizing factor before the Islamic Republic in the region. The Americans didn't require to be this present in the Middle East when Pahlavi was in charge in the Middle East. Pahlavi was basically stabilizing the entire region, and it was a very valuable ally to the United States. Imagine all of the resources the Americans would be saving once we go back to being a stabilizing force along with our Israeli allies in the region. Iranians and Israelis, other than Iranians being pro-American, Iranians are more and more pro-Israeli every single day. And Princess of Pahlavi and the Iranian people want to have really good relationship with Israel. So given that Israel is also a stabilizing force in the region, then Iran and Israel together working with each other as allies, they're going to be eliminating the terrorists in the region in a way that Americans can't, because they're so far away, right? So once the resources of Iran will then be spent on destroying Iran's enemies and Israel's enemies and America's enemies, without America having to spend so much money this far away from its shores. Really good investment for America. That went long. That was just one question. It took a while. Ooh, that's a good question. I will respond to that. Let me start that. Where did it go? I lost that question. Doesn't let me start a question if it's not a super chat. Where is it? All right. Let me go back to my great prediction. I didn't even read this in full. All right, so Nayak was saying some forces who are pushing war with Iran are circulating a clip of a hardliner in Iran arguing the Islamic Republic needs a lobby in the United States, claiming it as proof that Nayak is aligned with the Iranian government. Not only does the clip not support their claims, it is entirely baseless speculation from individuals who barely know about our organization and what we do. Nayak strongly condemns the human rights violation in Iran. At the same time, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. This shameful. Okay, but here's the thing. You can read the rest of it. Yeah, this is all BS from them. But they got a community note. They got a community note saying, so they say that they say we have no connection to the Islamic Republic, right? Look at this, saying Nayak has no connection with the Islamic Republic. And they got a community note saying no connection to the Iranian regime is a lie. A 2012 U.S. federal court determined that Parsi's Nayak founder work is not inconsistent with the idea that he was first and foremost an advocate for the regime. Nayak was also fined $183,000 for hiding documents during the case. So, yeah, no. Which is good that they got a community note under it. Smooth and democratic referendum. Yeah, somebody's saying, Armin, I think we should also point out that His Royal Highness Reza Pahlavi is the only entity who can lead the nation into a smooth and democratic referendum. Otherwise, destabilization will be a major concern. Yes, that's actually a good point. And people say, like, guys, why should we choose Princess of Pahlavi? Okay. Let's not. Who should we invest in then? Who should we trust? Because the interesting thing is that it's not like the idea that Princess of Pahlavi is the best candidate is misleading. Best suggests that there are other alternatives. Who's the other alternative? Who is the? Who are we talking about here? Okay, give us a name. Princess of Pahlavi is not just the best alternative. He's the only alternative. There's literally no one else. So it's either the Islamic Republic or Princess of Pahlavi. Yeah, you want to go with the MEK? You want to go with who? That you want to go with the Yak person? Let's go with the Yak person. He says that he thinks he should be the alternative, the emperor of, I don't know, the world. Is he the emperor of Iran? I think he considers himself to be the emperor of the world. Okay, guys, you have 4 options. You have 4 options. The Islamic Republic, Mariam Rajavi, the leader of the MEK, literally an Islamic communist cult, which is by far worse than the Islamic Republic, Princess of Pahlavi, or the Yak. Or you could go with that. I'm not going to even mention his name. Abbas Jefferson guy who said Javid Shah is the same as Heil Hitler. You want to go with that? Abbas Jefferson. So guys, like we have the Islamic Republic, a whole bunch of cultists, and I wanted to say clowns, but then I remembered I didn't want to disrespect clowns. Either the MEK or a whole bunch of jokes, or a cult, or Princess of Pahlavi. And Princess of Pahlavi and all of his followers have signaled that they have the proper values, and they have consistently been an ally of both United States and Israel. Yeah, people saying don't say his name. Yeah, I don't want to give him credit. Too many people are saying let's go with the Yach guy. Guys, too many people in the chat are like, actually, let's go with the Yach guy. Guys. Yeah, don't say his name. I didn't say his name. I didn't say that idiot's name. Don't worry, I'm not going to say his name. All right, so any questions about Pahlavi and I love to. Oh, should I respond to the accusations that Princess of Pahlavi is a dictator and this whole let's talk about democracy campaign? Do you have any questions about that? Because in our discussion group, I went through a list of why that is like ridiculous. Ridiculous. Should I go over it here as well? Let me see. I had some notes here. I don't know if I still have it because that was I made some. So a lot of people accuse Princess of Pahlavi. They say like, oh, he's just going to bring tyranny just like Khomeini. Like, why are you guys trusting Pahlavi? We trusted Khomeini, and now you're making the same mistake. A lot of people, like not a lot of people, just a whole bunch of like anti-Pahlavi people, they say like, oh, Khomeini also said that he's going to bring a republic, and people are going to have a republic like France, and people are going to have a freedom of speech and democracy, and then you trusted him, and look what he did. So why are we doing the same mistake and trusting when Pahlavi says he wants to bring democracy? what if he also all of a sudden turns into a tyrant, just like Khomeini did? Yeah, do you want us to respond to that? Oh, somebody's saying check your Telegram. I'm not saying anything. Okay, wait. Mail Bunny. Oh yeah, I will show that. Yeah, let me actually show that right now. So Nail Bunny wants me to show you this because Saeed Qasemi Nejad, who follows me, which is an honor, by the way. Saeed Qasemi Nejad is the main advisor of Princess of Pahlavi, and he follows me. He also posted, like, so Nayak said that they have no connection to the Islamic Republic. So Saeed Qasemi Nejad quote posted that with a picture of, Mr. Parsani and the Islamic Republic officials. Yeah, not a good look. Look at, he's smiling as well. No, it's not Parsani, Trita Parsi, not Parsani, sorry. So this is Trita Parsi and the Islamic Republic officials shaking hands and meeting with each other, which is another evidence that they basically work with each other, right? Oh, somebody's saying, Armin, I need your discussion group link. Okay, let me actually put it in the chat because, guys, we have some really high-level political discussions, nuanced takes in our discussion group. So somebody says, I need the link to it. So here, I'll put the link here. Every day, the same time, we have a group discussion. So check that link if you want to come talk to me over there. So that's the link. So let me see. Somebody's asking a question. Somebody's saying, Armin, don't you think we should give the Iranian people some guidance about war status? Guys, which one do you want me to talk about more? Because in the discussion, in my Persian discussion group, not in the one that I put here, the link, in our Persian Discord group, we were talking today about what to do, what Iranians should do when the war starts. So, like, what is the best thing to do first when the war starts? I could talk about that, or I could talk about the accusations against Princess of Pahlavi regarding he's going to be a tyrant and this whole campaign that has started against him by some leftists, there's some commies, some reformers, and some MEK people regarding, oh, talk to us about democracy. Let me see in the chat which one you rather me to update you guys about. Do you want me to tell you why the accusation that Princess of Pahlavi is going to be a tyrant is baseless, or do you want me to? When the war starts. Okay, what to do? All right. So in the Persian Discord group, which if by the way, if you're Iranian, you should join our Discord group. I should also put the link to that. But this is in Persian, so don't. Because we also, so there's the school link that I give you, that's for English speaking discussions. The Persian Discord group that I put in the chat, that is for the Persian people who want to come. Also there, we also have like discussions that are more focused for Iranians, right? So guys, here's what we know. We know if the attack happens, it's very likely that the Americans and the Israelis first are going to focus on the air defense first, and then their rocket launchers. So air defense first, obviously, because before other planes that are not stealth come into Iran's airspace, the stealth fighter jets need to take out the air defense so that other forms of planes could just come into Iranian airspace and do what they need to do. So a lot of Iran's, the Islamic Republic's air defense has already been taken out during the 12-day war. But we could but obviously the Islamic Republic has spent that time to rebuild some of these or import some new parts or some new defense. So obviously there are some air defense that are operational right now because it has been some time since the 12-day war. So those need to be taken out first so that other planes could come do whatever they need to do. Once you basically take out enough air defenses, the entire Iranian airspace would be like a walk in the park for all forms of fighter jets of Americans and Israelis, even the ones that are not stealth. So, for example, we saw during the 12-day war that Israelis has so much dominance over Iran's airspace that even one of their refueling planes came into Iranian airspace, which is crazy because those things are so slow and so big and so visible. And the fact that they even brought that into Iranian airspace showed that they had taken out the Islamic Republic's air defense to the degree that they felt safe that even a plane that big and that slow and that easily targetable was safe in Iran's airspace. That's how effective the Israelis were during the 12-day war when it comes to clearing that out. So that would be the first step. The next step would be to take out the launchers to defend the Israelis and other U.S. allies and interests in the region, like UAE, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and everyone else, right? So those are going to be key. Probably some of the Islamic Republic's Navy should also be taken out, because if they think that this is the final battle, they probably would want to basically, even though their Navy is pretty pathetically weak, it still would make sense to take those out as well, because they might want to attack commercial targets in the Persian Gulf, or maybe some crazy people would want to decide to basically close off the Hormuz Strait, which is actually suicidal if they want to do that. But some people, like if they think that they're going to go down anyways, they might want to try. So taking out a lot of the Islamic Republic's Navy would also make sense to make sure that they don't do that. The least worrying part of the Islamic Republic is its Air Force. It's such a joke that is basically close to non-existent because of how old their planes are. But anyways, so I say all of this because Iranians inside Iran, once there's a signal that, because when the Islamic Republic starts using its air defense, the Iranian people hear it. So the first signal to the Iranian people that we have the first phase of the war has passed is when they stop hearing the Islamic Republic's air defense. When they stop hearing the Islamic Republic's air defense, that means that they have been taken out. So that's a good signal for them that we're moving, that the war is progressing in the right direction, right? So we could expect that at this point, the Islamic Republic would be fearing the Iranian people deciding to do an uprising, because this is what they're waiting for, to do the next wave of the revolution. That at this point, the Islamic Republic is very likely that they will cut out the internet and communication lines again, right? So the worry that some people have is like, okay, well, this is going to it, because the best way to realize when is the time to come into the streets is to basically wait to see when Princess of Pahlavi would give the command, right? That is the safest bet. But once they cut the internet and all landlines, then what do we do? Because the communication between Princess of Pahlavi and the people will be limited. However, satellite TV will still be available, because people could watch Iran International. And I'm assuming that if Princess of Pahlavi gives this call to action for people to come into the streets, then people will be notified because they could see it on their satellite TVs, right? On Iran International. This is why the Islamic Republic has been busy going from door to door trying to remove satellite dishes. And this is also the reason why they were trying to jam the signal for satellite internet, for satellite TV, and also Starlink, to just remove all communication. It's going to be very key for them to basically do it this time when the war happens as well. I don't know how effective that's going to be from the Islamic Republic, but getting Princess of Pahlavi's call to action into Iran is going to be very, very key at that in those moments, right? However, even if many Iranians don't get that message, at some point Iranian people are going to realize that the regime forces are on the run, right? So once we go through the first couple of phases of the war, then if the war goes in the same direction that a lot of people are predicting that it would, because after you target the air defense and after you target the launchers, then what you have to do, then what people are predicting will happen is either the Americans or the Israeli or both, they're going to start attacking the politicians, the remaining heads of IRGC, the IRGC bases, the Basiji Central Command Centers, and Nirui Intizami. So when the Israelis and Americans start doing that, that's when the anti-riot police and the suppressing forces will be on the run. They're too busy saving their lives that they cannot be bothered in attacking the Iranian people. So at some point, the Iranian people are going to notice that when they come into the streets and protest, and more than that, when they go and capture government units, these units are so occupied with running away from Israeli drones, perhaps, that they can't be fighting the Iranian people, and the Iranian people could go and capture government buildings and military bases. That's the plan, at least, right? So one key point that a lot of Iranians are talking about is the fact that if this happens, it would be probably a good idea to do this during daytime, because when the Islamic Republic is armed and completely ready to attack the Iranian people, then the Iranian people need the cover of darkness. But when the Islamic Republic is on the run from Israeli drones and American drones or whatever, or missiles or whatever, then light becomes an advantage rather than a disadvantage. And that situation, light becomes a disadvantage to the Islamic Republic forces. Whoever has the upper hand needs light, and whoever doesn't needs the cover of darkness. So if the Iranian people get the upper hand, the cover of darkness now is going to be advantageous to the regime forces. So in that situation, it will make more sense to come out during daytime rather than nighttime, right? One thing that we have been discussing in our Persian groups is that the Iranian people right now, when they're waiting for America or Israel to attack, they should be busy documenting where these people live, where they sleep at night. So, because the people who work with the regime, that they're part of the Basij, part of IRGC, part of Nirui Intizami, it's hard to keep this a secret because your family, your neighbors, they know what you do. They know your job. They know that you work for the regime. So one thing that the Iranian people could do right now, again, YouTube, I'm just talking about hypotheticals and what the Iranian people are discussing as part of the revolution. I'm not advocating for anything. One thing the Iranian people could do is create a list of, like, if you know that this person in my neighborhood is a Basiji, is IRGC, is Nirui Intizami, like there needs to be a place where you're contributing to, like, this my neighbor, he's Basiji, he's Nirui Intizami, and basically writing down their addresses. So when the time comes, you know how they come to your houses, how the regime comes to your houses, like so many. This is what you have to do now. So the Iranian people, as soon as they see that the regime is collapsing and is busy fighting a war, they need to show up at where these people live and find them where they live. That's what at least that's what they're discussing. I don't know. I'm not advocating for anything. Okay, this is what I'm just reporting to you, the news. Okay, that I didn't say this is what they should be doing. What I meant is that this is what they say they should be doing. Right. This is what they're saying. This is what the news is in Iranian, in this Discord server that I know of, right? So, yes, like a hit list, right? So as soon as something happens, they need to know where to go, and they need to go where they are not prepared to fight, which is at their home, right? And this is why those videos that we saw where Iranians were marking the homes of regime forces with the Derafsh Kaviani, that made a lot of sense. But and there needs to be better organized. Like this is what the Iranians who are now not in the streets and waiting for the next opportunity to come back in the streets. This is what they should be spending their time on. They should be spending their time on documenting where all of these people are. Again, not my words. Persian Discord server, and at that time, this should be shared with everybody, so everybody knows where to go and what to do. Right? That's one point. Another point that people need to be talking about is more preparation when it comes to food, water, and first aid. So one thing that the Iranian people could do right now while they're waiting for that day is to stock up on water bottles. There needs to be some people with backpacks that carry water bottles with them, and high calorie food like chocolate bars or stuff like that, okay, to carry with them. And also, more importantly, first aid kits. And Iranians in the chat, you know what the Garda Javidan booklet is, right? Let me know in the chat if you all know what that is. Review that one more time and work on that while we're waiting for this war to happen. We don't know how long it's going to be taking. So there's a booklet prepared by Princess of Pahlavi and his team. It's a short booklet which gives you all the guidelines that you need to create groups of 3 to 5 people to be able to operate in these small groups as emergency units and helping units. So it's a really good booklet that Princess of Pahlavi has provided to the Iranian people to create and manage these groups of 3 and 5 people. And if you're in Iran and you haven't created one of these small groups of 3 to 5 people, then you need to read that booklet and you need to create that group and you need to be part of one of these groups. And you could choose the specialty of your group. Like your specialty of your group could be, I don't know, we are the ones who knock at people's doors at those addresses that you collected, depending on the capabilities. Like if you're if you're 5 strong trained dudes, then you might be one of those people who knocks, right? Or doesn't knock, or if you're a bunch of 3 girls who have been nurses, you could be one of those groups that carries first aid, right? Like 3 girls that created a group of 3 people who all 3 of your nurses. You could be like a first aid group, right? So just create those groups of 3 and 5 people and pick the specialty of your group. Pick the specialty of your group and then just meet with each other according to meet with each other, but make sure you follow security protocols based on what that booklet teaches you. Again, just search for Garda Javidan, download it, and just make sure you review it and make sure you create your group and you pick your specialty and get ready for the day. Okay, you don't know how much time we're going to have. The war might happen tomorrow. It might happen in the next few hours. It might happen 5 months from now. So just don't just sit and wait. Prepare. Don't just sit and wait. Prepare. Yeah. So Garda Javidan in English is called Immortal Guard. It translates into English into Immortal Guard. And somebody's saying, Armin, do you think the Immortal Guard could be behind the explosions? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, so we're saying, Armin, please say these in Persian. These are important. I have said these in Persian on my Persian channel just today. So here's the link to my Persian channel. I'll put it in the chat. I've already said those. Guys, before I come and do a live stream with Goldie, I do 3 hours of live streaming in Persian on our Persian channel. So here's the link to our Persian channel. I put it in the chat. And I basically, we have said all of these things 5 hours ago. So there's the link. Let me actually show you how I do the live streaming Persian. So this is how I do the live stream in Persian. So I have the Discord group in the middle. So I'm here at the, I do it vertically. So it shows up on the shorts feed. So more people end up seeing it. So I'm here in the Discord group. These are the Persian audience and the Persian speaking audience, not the Iranian audience, but Persian speaking audience. And we're basically reviewing all of these things. And it's not just me talking. The entire group is talking and we're live streaming the entire discussion. So that's my Persian live stream. So the information that I bring you here regarding the discussions we're having on the Persian side, it's based on conversations that I have on a daily basis, 3 hours every day with people inside Iran. And when I'm talking to you about people's views from inside Iran, I'm basically talking to them 3 hours every day. And so you're hearing a lot of my thoughts based on all of those conversations that I've been having with them. Let me see, somebody's trying to contact me on Telegram. No, that's not it. Okay. Oh, so I'm saying, damn, Armin, you're right about daylight. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, here's another thing we talked about on the Persian channel. If you guys are interested, we talked about whether Iranian people should get armed. Again, this is a conversation that comes up every time we're talking about the revolution. At some point, if the discussion goes long enough, we always talk about, should the Iranian people get armed or should they not get armed? And there's arguments that people make for both sides of this. So that's one conversation that we have. We also talked about not showing mercy or showing mercy and the cycle of violence. Oh, Goldie's back, so I'm going to stop. Hi.
Why are you stopping? What are you talking about?
No, because I stopped because I just talked for so long, and I think people might be tired of just listening to my voice.
I would never be tired of listening to you.
Oh, okay. Welcome back. How did it go?
It was great. Oh my gosh, Joe was fantastic. So I did an interview with Joe Pags. Joe Pags, he's fantastic.
Nice.
And it was so good. Apparently, so part of that is going to stream tonight, and then the rest of it is going live tomorrow. So there
amazing.
you go.
So we can see it tomorrow. We get to see it tomorrow, right? What? No, I did not. I didn't, guys. Vouch for me. Did I swear? I stopped myself. I said these mother, and then I stopped myself. Rat in the chat. Rat in the chat. Okay. Okay. I did not swear. Guys, I did not swear. Okay, I said the SHIT, but
okay, that's fine. I'll forgive you.
Yeah, but I didn't. I said mother, and then I stopped myself from saying the F word. Yeah, I did say holy SHIT. I made a mistake.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I've said a few bad words when you're not around either, so I can't I can't fault you for that. Armin, have you seen the Allahu Akbar jihadi missile video that the Islamic regime put out to scare the
No, let's see that. This should be fun.
I played it earlier when you weren't here, but let me play it for you again. And then I don't know, maybe you can translate what they're saying, because like they talk about like the Quran or I don't know, something. of course, as like the Islamic regime does, right? So you know what? I'll send a link to you so that you can share it.
I could translate it.
Well, watch the
This
whole
should be
thing
fun.
first. Watch the whole thing first. Actually, you know what? I think I can download the video here. So I think I downloaded the video. Let me just send you the video.
Oh,
my
Goldie,
God.
I was bragging about being right about Nayak's response.
Oh yeah. I that was so good, wasn't it?
I was like, see, guys, I'm also sometimes right.
No, Armin's always right.
No, I'm kidding. Did you send me?
No. I'm looking for the video. I think it's where is it?
Sometimes.
Wait.
People are saying yes sometimes.
Okay, maybe I didn't download it then. I probably didn't download it then. All right, let me just send you the link. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
And then you can play the video. It's like the craziest thing. This is the video that the Islamic regime put out to try and scare Americans.
People are making Armin is sometimes right as a hashtag.
So it's Goldie is always right and Armin is sometimes right.
Sometimes right.
Guys, your comments are so funny.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay.
Guys, now you're calling me out. Oh my god, this is so true. Yeah, you know what? We should start a swear jar for Armin and he could fund the revolution himself.
Hey, I'm getting better.
That's so funny. Armin is sometimes right. Too funny.
All right, let's watch this. Latest Islamic regime threats. Okay, so let's just watch this all the way through and then translate it. Is there anything to translate? Yeah.
زمان بدان در رو تمام شده است. عملیات جلی که موشک نقطه زن خیبر با رمز یا فاطمه الزهرا یا فاطمه الزهرا یا فاطمه الزهرا شمارش معکوس 10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1
It's the same missile, just different angles.
Yeah, is it just different angles from now on? Or is it going to say anything else? Like, guys, I wasn't scared when I saw it from the first 4 angles. But then when I saw it from the 5th angle, then I'm like, okay, guys, the 5th angle, we should be scared now. Okay. Again? Please no. I think I know their plan now, Goldie. They're trying to kill us with boredom. Boredom is their weapon. That's what they're showing, their secret weapon. Now we know. And now you know.
And now you know. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Do they say anything else?
I don't think they do. I think the rest is just very scary footage, right? Because this is how they are telling President Trump and you know, the American military, you know, منتظر ما باش.
Wait, they just dropped it in the middle of the desert? Wow, saying حاصل 3 دهه تلاش و فناوری متخصصان موشکی. Really? Saying this is the product of 3 decades of the work and technology of our missile experts. 10 years and you got this? Okay. This thing, well, I'm saying this part speeds it up. This is the speed preparation, high speed preparation over here. Okay, thank you for that. So apparently, guys, they want you to be impressed by this part. They say that this makes it the preparation part very fast. Oh yes, wait, how many decades did they say? It said 3 decades. Yes, 3 decades, 30 years. It took them 30 years to make this. What? سازه ارتقاء بافته. Oh, okay, so this part ارتقاء.
Oh,
I think this part has been improved. Whatever this part is, it has been improved. Guys, this part has been improved, I think. Oh, what is this? This is, oh my god. They put yellow font on desert sand.
That like, itself, you know what? That in of itself, Armin, that's a crime against humanity on its own.
Yeah. This is the worst font color with that background. Okay, I can't read that. Oh. سر جنگی فوق سنگین رادارگریز. Okay, so the head is very heavy and also it wouldn't be detected by radars. Radarguri's. So it basically avoids radar, the head. موشک راهبردی برد بلند و نقطه زن خرمشهر 4. Okay, so this is apparently, it says that this is a strategic missile with a high range and very, نقطه زن is like, it's very accurate. Like it's basically, it hits the spot. And that's just the name. Khorramshahr. Oh, so it has 2 names. Khorramshahr.
So apparently it's like the type of missile. This is like the Khorramshahr 4 model, and then they've named it Khaybar.
Khaybar is the war where the Muslims killed Jews in there. That's the war with the Muslims against the Jews. So they call it after that war. And this is okay. So this is when it hits and says سرعت بالای اصابت به هدف. So it hits its target very fast. مقاوم در برابر. What is that?
Jangal.
Jangal? مقاوم در برابر. I don't know.
Maybe it's Changal. Maybe they meant to say fork.
fork. It's fork resistance. I don't know.
It's fork resistant. Changol.
I don't jangle. What is jangle? Jangle is like what?
Something to do with war, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah. So it's resistance towards against something. I don't know what that is.
Because that's not how you spell
Noqtas-
jangal. Jangal is jungle, but there's no in jangal, so I don't know.
Oh, yani jangi electronic. Okay, so apparently it will resist electronic warfare.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
And then, I mean, according to the chat, I don't know if they're translating this properly. I don't know what this part is. نقطه زنی با هدایت فاز میانی. So it's basically very precise with a guidance, with faz میانی, with middle phase guidance. I don't know what middle phase guidance is, but that's literally what it translates to. All right, so let me translate the first part, which is a whole bunch of religious nonsense.
I tried to translate it, but I didn't understand. I just knew the la something, and I was like, I don't know. That's like something about Allah.
Okay, I love that. But by the way, I really love your version of Shia Islam so much more than the original Shia Islam. It's so much cuter. You're making Islam sound cute.
Oh my gosh.
like Imam
terrible.
Quli. I love Imam Quli. I hate all the other Imams, so Imam Quli is my favorite.
You know what? If there was an Imam Quli, I would totally be like a Shia Muslim. If there was like an Imam Quli, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. So here's saying شمارش معکوس موشک خرمشهر 4 به نام خیبر. So he's saying this is the countdown for the Khurramshahr 4 missile, otherwise known as Khaybar. So let's look at Khaybar again. Basically this is a Jew killing missile. By calling it Khaybar, they're calling it a Jew killing missile. So basically, it's calling upon God and then calling upon Ali, I think. Oh, wait. Was it Ali?
Oh, Ali al-Azim.
Ali al-Azim. Guys, this part is Arabic. So he's speaking Arabic right now. My Arabic is, by the way, I aced my Arabic in high school, but I've forgotten all of it. So I'm just going based on memory. So I'm not sure if I'm translating the Arabic part. Now it's Persian. Now it's saying this is a gift to basically a gift delivered at the, to our great leader Khamenei. Basically, he doesn't. Oh, our great leader. So again, this part is Arabic. So he's basically, this is a gift to, I think what he's saying is basically like a representative of God, our leader, representative of our great leader, representative of God, or something, some BS like that. This part is Persian. Zaman bedan burro tamam shode hast. He's basically saying the time of hitting and running away is over. So basically saying the time for Americans and Israelis to come strike us and then running away without us heading back, that time is over. Yes. So from now on, so guys, basically what he's saying is that all of these times we were just allowing the Americans and Israelis to hit us without us responding. We were just being patient. But now our patience is over. Now we finally are going to respond. So be afraid. So I was saying the operations of Amaliyot, what? Amaliyot Shelike, the operations of blasting this precise missile. This precise Khaybar missile with the code word of Ya Fatimatul Zahra. Remember, guys, Fatima is, so the code word for this, the code phrase for this missile is Ya Fatima Zahra. So basically calling upon the name Fatima Zahra, which is the daughter of Muhammad. See how he's so like he's saying that with a lot more emotion than when he was mentioning God, because Fatima Zahra is like one of the Shia Trinity. Fatima is the daughter of Muhammad.
Armin, I thought they were mentioning Zahra because this missile is supposed to go somewhere into Zahra. I don't know.
Wow, Goldie. Okay. I see. Okay. One of us. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's go. So guys, he's calling upon the name of Fatima.
موشک نقطه‌زن خیبر با رمز یا فاطمه الزهرا یا فاطمه الزهرا یا فاطمه الزهرا.
Oh, he mentioned Fatima Zahra 3 times. So we called upon the name of Fatima 3 times.
I think it's like, do you know Beetlejuice, Armin? Beetlejuice is like that. It's like a cartoon. It's a movie. Like when you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he appears. So maybe they're like saying Fatima Zahra 3 times, thinking she'll appear or something. I don't know, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Americans, be very afraid. Be very afraid.
But guys, like he didn't mention the name of Muhammad 3 times, the name of Allah 3 times, not even the name of their their leader Khamenei 3 times, but Fatima 3 times, right? I say countdown 10 9 Well, this is just a countdown. These are just numbers.
I think that's about it. He doesn't say anything else.
Yeah, he doesn't say anything else. That's it. And then we get different angles of the missile, and then we get the. But you guys see how they mix religion with their everything? Like they named the missile Khaybar for the battle of Muslims against the Jews. By the way, can I say something about the Khaybar battle? Oh no. This is better.
There you go.
Perfect.
That was a request from the chat earlier. When I shared it earlier, people were like, speed up the video and add circus music. So there you go. All right, so you were going to say something about Khaybar.
Oh yeah. So there's a saying that during the Khaybar, not during one of the other wars against the Jews by Muslim, Imam Ali, Ya Ali, the first Imam of Shia Muslims, one of the trinity of Shia Muslims. There was a ceremony when you know how Shias like hit themselves and cry, and there was one of these crying ceremonies when they were crying for the hand of Ali, because on that day when he was killing the people from Bani Qurayza, he had to behead so many Jews that his poor holy hand was getting tired, and we had Shias crying about, oh no, these like they weren't crying for the Jews, the hundreds and hundreds of Jews that he was beheading. They were saying they were crying for the hand of Ali, that oh no, his hand was getting tired from beheading all of these Jews. Like look how much work he's putting into it. And they were literally crying, like tears coming out for his hand. Yeah, poor Ali.
Crazy.
Yeah.
People are making a lot of Aladdin dictator jokes. So okay, guys. In honor of
the missile needs to be pointy.
Test the missile next week.
It is too round on the top. It needs to be pointy. Round is not scary. Pointy is scary. This will put a smile on the faces of the enemy. They will think that it is a huge robot's dildo flying towards them.
No, Supreme Leader, the shape of the missile top has nothing to do with aerodynamics. It is about the payload delivery.
No, it sticks in the ground and then kaboom.
Supreme Leader, I think perhaps some of your information about bombs is coming from cartoons.
Nonsense. I have been watching research films.
In this film, just one question, was there a duck who, when the explosion happens, his bill goes around the back of his head, and then in order to talk, he has to put it back this way?
There was somebody who suffered a deformity like that, yeah.
Okay. I am now 100% sure that you are watching cartoons.
Indulge me. For 1 second, pretend that I'm an idiot.
Okay, I'm there.
Okay. You know what? Let's just agree to disagree, my friend.
Okay.
What? Why? No!
Don't you remember?
Of course I remember. How dare you question my memory? I remember everything.
Oh, no, I would never do that. Never. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that.
Don't worry. It's fine. Well done, my friend. Thank you.
wait. Admiral General, what if we just tell the United Nations we have no nuclear weapons? They will lift the sanctions. We'll be free to sell oil rights to the Jalabia Desert.
Uncle Tamir, do you not remember what my saintly father made me promise him on his deathbed? It was never to sell Wadia's oil. You remember that was when he gave me power instead of you, the rightful heir. You've been so cool about it. Now let's go back to the palace. It's the season finale of Real Housewives of Shahan Ma'afa al-Mata'alik. Khafla.
such a good movie.
I know, it's the best.
I think that's about it. That's the end of the funny part, I think.
Wait.
Death to the tyrant!
All right, that's about it. So there you go. That's you guys wanted the scene from The Dictator where he talks about the pointy missile. There you go.
So that's why this is so pointy. They wanted to make sure. Okay. They wanted
Make
to
it
sure
pointy.
to
Make
ground.
it pointy
Yeah.
to scare the Americans, right? The only way to scare the Americans is if you make it pointy. Pointy.
Mm.
So there you go. The name of the movie is The Dictator. You can look it up. It's a good
Guys,
movie.
if you have not watched that, like that's a classic. Like everybody should watch that.
I probably watch it like twice a year at least. Like it's such a good movie.
Oh, really?
I love that movie. Oh my gosh. I love The Dictator. It's so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. So all right. Armin, I think that's pretty much it for the news, unless there's anything else that you want to share.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. I already talked so much when you weren't here that I think people I'm not gonna
No, people
Yeah,
listen,
that's
people love you. They appreciate you explaining things because you come with all like the analysis and the military and the news and everything. So we appreciate you talking. I'm just sorry today's been super crazy busy for me. But let me see. I don't have any media interviews tomorrow, so we're good. We're good for tomorrow. And who knows what's going to happen, but
I mean it's
don't
good
think
it's
too
good
much.
that you have media interviews because you
Yeah.
basically spread the word.
No, absolutely. It's fantastic. And guys, so my I think a clip of my conversation with Joe Pags is going to come out tonight, and I think he said the full podcast is going to come out tomorrow as well. So there you go. That was fantastic.
So tomorrow we have that to watch. And then we also going to have tomorrow the results of because in the next few hours Witkoff and IRGC are going to be meeting.
Yeah.
So I think there's going to be a lot of headline news coming from that. So we're going to not only be analyzing what happened, but probably a lot of reactions to that coming out of that. So that's going to be a big news tomorrow. So we'll see. Tomorrow is going to be a big news day.
Absolutely. And, on my end, because I've also not just the interviews, but guys, I know you're waiting for the petition. So the petition has been supported by, the Honorable Melissa Lantzman. So basically, at this point, what we're just waiting for is for the government of Canada, like the legislative clerks, to just publish the link to the petition online. And then once that link is published online, we'll share it with you. We'll share it with everyone. And every single Canadian citizen, whether in Canada or around the world, and of course, everyone who's living in Canada, whether they're a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, they'll be able to sign it. So as soon as that happens, we're going to count on your support, especially Canadians, to sign the petition. You don't have to be Iranian to sign the petition, but if you support our freedom movement, then we would really, really appreciate your support very, very much. So that's kind of what I've been working on as well.
Wait, can I show two funny things?
Yes, please. I'm down for funny videos. You want to share funny videos? I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. So, wait, I don't even know what this one is. But
citizens or permanent residents. If you live in Canada, you can sign the petition.
So I have two. Here, let me actually bring this one first. So this one first, because Neil Bunny, the thing that you just sent me, can you explain what that is? Because I don't know what that is. But let me show this one first. I don't know.
That was pretty good. I like that.
A lot of people are sharing this, but yeah. So Neil Bunny, I'll share that tomorrow once I figure out what it is. Oh, I think it's just like a soldier with the Achaemenid symbol capturing Khamenei. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Honorary. Oh yeah, I mean he has two symbols. He has an Achaemenid symbol over here, but then a Sassanid dynasty over here. So I don't know which dynasty he's from, but why not both? I mean, he's probably Safavid, because I know the Safavid people were really proud of their Achaemenid heritage, so they might have wore Achaemenid symbols. But anyway, so this is the Aryan soldier basically capturing Khamenei as a prisoner. So those are the things I had. Anyways.
There you go.
Oh, he's Kaveh. People are saying he's Kaveh. I mean, Kaveh was a blacksmith. This guy looks like an official.
Looks like a warrior. Kaveh was a blacksmith, not a warrior. So, and guys, I'm actually when I finish this live stream, I'm gonna be having like a formal, official like Zoom meeting with my sister, because we're gonna talk over the Discord channel, I guess, and hopefully the Discord channel will be live soon. So there you go. So she's gonna be running it, but I'm supposed to meet with her after, because people want me to do.
People say this is Rubio.
Yeah, it's Marco Rubio. Who'd you think it was?
Oh, I didn't even. Oh, okay, so Marco Rubio as an honorary Safavid soldier. Okay, sorry, I didn't recognize him.
There you go.
That armor.
Yeah, it's Marco Rubio. Too funny.
Okay,
guys. Well, thank you so much for joining. I will play the rocket video for you at the end. Don't worry. We'll share that with you before we end the live stream. So, but thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for being here. Huge thanks to Armin for really carrying the show today. Like, you basically were, doing all the hard work today. I was just like the pretty face, like, showing the rocket video. So
no, don't say that.
But today was super busy but productive. Yes. I'll share some of those interviews with you guys as well. So thank you so much all for being here.
Guys, just remember that we're so lucky. Goldie, whenever she goes to these interviews, like, she performs better than anyone else I've seen.
Oh, thank you.
Like, honestly, thanks to all of the people who are trying to be the voice of the Iranian people. But other than Princess of Pahlavi, I think Goldie does the best job being our voice. So we're so lucky to have her going around in different media outlets and speaking on our behalf. We're so lucky to have her. And Thank you, Tommy Robinson, for being the reason why Goldie became free enough to be able to do this for us, or else she will still be in chains.
Too
So
funny.
yeah.
Thank you for that. Yes, the Discord group will have the Discord channel will have a discussion group, so you guys can continue the conversation when the live stream is done, and we can all continue the conversation as well. So, all right, thank you everyone for being here, and as always, Armin.
I'm Israel Chai, Javid Shah, Payande Iran.
There you go, guys. See you tomorrow. Sorry, I know Armin left, but I was looking at the comments. Apparently, someone is saying that President Trump is going live in 30 minutes. Wait, is President Trump going live in 30 minutes? But he's not going to be speaking about Iran, is he? He's giving a statement? Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, guys. Let me just check here. I don't know if it's going to be like, I mean, if you guys want, I mean, I can stick around and then I can broadcast his live stream here. It's about a medical app he's starting. I mean, guys, like, if you want, because I didn't play the full Iran Revolution live playlist. So, I mean, if you want, I can put on the Iran Revolution live playlist. Yeah, it's nothing. I don't think it's anything about Iran. Okay, guys, I will make you a promise. I'll make you a promise. Yeah, if it's about the RX. Yeah, okay. So if he's launching Trump RX, then that's not going to be the official announcement about Iran. So, I mean, he might answer a question or two, but I don't think that's going to be like he's not Armin left, guys. I was supposed to leave as well, but then I saw the comment about President Trump. So yeah, I don't think he's going to be speaking about Iran. He's speaking about Trump RX. So there you go. But okay, guys, I'll make you a promise. If like for some crazy reason it's actually not about Trump RX and if it's about Iran, I will come back and I'll restart the live, okay? But I don't think it's going to be about Iran tonight. So, all right, guys, have a good night. Appreciate it. And as they say in the Looney Tunes, like, that's all, folks. That's all, folks.